Yeah, I saw three,
Wrestling.
two,
Is
one.
this
Wrestling Time
on?
Warp. First
Wait,
stream.
is this?
First stream. What
Well,
is this? What?
just where are you streaming this? Like Twitch? Like with the
We are
Everywhere.
live.
void? Is it just
So
on here?
I have the
On this?
no, honey. I have the chat open, and it
I
is
got it.
live on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch. And there was
Got it.
also a bunch of other destinations that I was talking about with Max, but I wasn't
It's
aware of any of
literally
the other
streaming
ones.
everywhere,
Well,
like a
that's
million
yeah.
places.
Oh, awesome. So like,
No,
oh
I
God,
didn't enable
Tokyo,
those.
Japan.
I only enabled YouTube, Facebook, and Twitch because
Oh,
I
you
felt
didn't
like
enable Afrika?
No, I was
yeah,
just curious if it was
there's all
on
these other
Twitch or just
international
on
ones,
the
but you
internet.
can stream up to like 30 at once. I would have also streamed to Twitter, but we don't have a Twitter yet, so
So if someone is like watching on Twitch and then they comment in like this, like the Twitch chat, will it pop up here?
yeah, it'll pop
Okay,
up
cool.
here and it'll show which app the chat is coming from. So it's pretty cool. So with Restream, I'm able to. It'll show comments from any other
Should you put in
platform.
parentheses of this title Harry Potter ranking or something? Like I know
I
this
have
is
it
a
in the
shit
description, but I can edit the title
I
here.
feel like you should do like something in a parenthesis, not clickbait. I don't know.
I just put first stream. Harry Potter stream sexual.
Fuck, baby, fuck.
Harry Potter stream.
I'm just sending this to the Twitch link to a few people at the
The
moment.
secret of Hermione's tits.
Ugh, Hermione Granger.
I changed. Yeah, so now it's the title on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch. So if anybody joins, I think I will just get the messages. But yeah, so you probably recognize two of the voices here. I'm your host, your god, the god among us, a fungus among us, wrestling time warps, enforcer and founder, Killer Shark. I got a lot of names, and I'm here with Janie.
What's up?
Of course, you know her as Janice Strong Woman.
Mhm.
And we're here with another guest who might make a few appearances every once in a while because he lives with us, so it's kind of inevitable. He's the bookworm
You usually
himself.
hear his burps in the background.
Yes.
If you're a listener.
Oh wait,
of
have I
ours.
made appearances already with my belches?
Yeah.
Well, like when I've recorded a pod for wrestling in your room, and you've
Yeah,
been like
so
listening to a book.
this
I
is
think it's
our
happened once or twice.
bookworm Max
Howdy.
reporting for duty.
Yes,
Appearance
yes.
here. So we don't really have any like. We kind of just want to kind of spitball. I haven't tried going live on Restream, so I figured this was a good opportunity because Janie and Max over here just both finished the Harry Potter series, and they have a lot of thoughts. And I love doing tier lists. I love doing rankings. It's just kind of something I do on my spare time, and I like listening
Because
to
he's a
people
loser.
argue. Yeah, and I like listening to people argue. I find myself more often than not, even when I'm watching things by myself, just if it's significant in my life, the chances are I have a ranking for them. And
An
yeah,
absolute freak.
so I have but that's just how I am. I don't know. Like I feel like that's
Mhm.
an OCD thing, but I'm also not OCD about a lot of things. So I don't know. It's just
I'm triggered.
it's something that's very visually pleasing for me, and I like
Mhm.
having a reference point of if I'm asked, ever given a situation of like how this character stacks up against this character or how this movie stacks up against this movie. Having a reference point, I think, is something that I take comfort in. But pretty standard here with the tier maker. I mean, everyone who's ever watched any YouTuber Twitch stream has probably seen these tier maker videos. And I have a few tabs open. We got some Harry Potter characters that I'm sure they'll be itching to discuss. There was a shit ton of them. And then I have a tab open for the movies if we want to get into that. I mean, I'm sure these characters are incorporating the movies and the books together. I haven't read the books, so all my opinions will be movie related.
Wrong.
And I'm
Boo.
sure it's gonna piss them off, but that's why I'm still gonna be the
Ugh.
the deciding vote for these. so
I vomit.
so no, I mean there's gonna be like a consensus. It's like if Max
stink.
says F,
I love a
you
good
know.
dictatorship. Jericho.
Yeah,
That's a good
it-
call. That's a good call.
Reminds
So
me of our
I-
good friend
You
Kimmy.
see the tiers. My worst tier is Poopy. We got S, A, B, C, D, and Poopy. And if Max is thinking more like a Poopy tier, and then like Janie's thinking more of a C tier, and I'm thinking of an S tier because I'm a psychopath, then we'll come in the middle. We don't necessarily all have to have like a consensus opinion, but we'll average it out. I'm gonna go to the bathroom real quick. If you guys have any other discussions that are Harry Potter related that don't have to do with any of the characters, or just want to talk about random shit, just give me like a minute.
I just want to talk about your shit while you're in the bathroom. All right, Jenny, you go. This is
my expertise.
no, Jenny. This is you ask me questions because, as I said, I don't have any questions. But if you bring things up, I'll
Okay.
talk.
So can we just all cards on the table now, like since we've finished? Or do you want to have like a separate conversation at some point with like the very pivotal moments? Like, I don't know,
Harry Potter spoilers.
Well, just
Spoiler
'cause,
warning
we
for
were
Harry
talking-
Potter.
We were talking a few days ago before we both got within the last 5 to 6 chapters of the book, roughly. And we were talking about our man Creature and wondering if he was going to make any more appearances before
Goddamn
the book
hero.
ended. And
I'm
we
I'm
were
telling you, I'm Team
redeemed.
Creature.
He
Fuck
was
Dobby.
redeemed. We got that's
Fuck
rude.
Winky.
That is.
Team
I'm sad we
Creature.
didn't see anything about Winky. She didn't turn up to the Battle of Hogwarts drunk as a skunk. But the Creature, the fact that one of the last lines in the book was like about Harry being tired and like wishing that maybe Creature would like bring him a sandwich in bed. I was just like, oh my god. The last sentence involved.
Wait, was that the last line of the
it's
book
the
or
last
the
line of the
before
book,
the
and
19
then
years
there's
later?
the before teen, and then there's
Okay.
But then also in the Dumbledore's army scene, at one point, all of the elves from the kitchen show up, and the first
Led
one to
by-
be commented on is Creature, and he's got like
Regulus.
he's got the Regulus chain, and he's like, for Master Harry and Honorable Regulus, and he's leading all of the house elves, and
Team Creature.
they've got butcher
Dobby.
knives. It was so good. That definitely gave me a dog ear in the book.
Yeah, no, I
Good
mean,
stuff.
yeah. I mean, we'll get to the gremlins when talking about the
Oh.
characters, but
Yeah,
just
I
know
see a
where
I
my
see a grip
allegiance
book.
lies.
Yeah. So I showed Max briefly some of these, and even he didn't recognize the names because obviously like the film adaptation. So if you recognize some that he doesn't, just try your best to point them out because
I
yeah,
will
that
do so.
obviously their faces are a little more fresh towards Janie because we watch these movies a lot in the background, generally to fall asleep. And then
Yeah.
I just figured this was the most fresh in your guys' brains, so I'm sure that there will be
Always itching to talk about some Harry
yeah.
Potter.
and even the minor characters in the books are, or I mean the minor characters in the movies, I'm sure are some of them are more fleshed out in the books because that is the beauty of books a lot of times. So I guess I don't really have a particular a particular order.
I'm so sorry. Jesse roasted me 3 hours ago, and I'm just now seeing it, Max.
Am I supposed to know what you're talking about? Like he roasted
No.
you where? How?
But
What?
on Instagram, I posted this morning screenshot of one of the pages as I was getting close, as Harry has the stone, and
Harry.
Jesse responded to my story. It said, maybe one day you'll finish the book. What a fucking asshole.
Yeah, so
He's a good man.
Janie's very competitive, as we saw from our last Wrestling Time Warp episode. She likes winning. Max is a power reader that he enjoys doing that on his own time.
But
So
this
when
is my favorite book series.
so
and
when she
movie
found
series.
out
I mean,
I was about
Yeah.
to say favorite
for
book
sure.
series. What?
You
out
know,
of-
I
out
I
of
meant
the
movie.
only book
Listen, come
series?
on. I'm my brain is scrambled. Listen, I meant movie series, but
So when she found out that he was inching closer to her, she went full psychopath speedrun mode, and yeah. So now they're both finished. Max, you just finished this morning or last night,
This
right?
morning.
Yeah, just this morning.
we
Janie,
both
did you end
finished
up?
it this morning.
Oh,
So
okay.
if I'm being an honest woman,
Well, I guess that was the
only
afternoon.
because Max did end up finishing it after me.
There's no winners really, but.
Oh, there's winners. You guys, I'm shocked you and Stone or something didn't make like a booch bet on who would finish first, because I felt
We-
all cards and all odds were against me here.
We make booch bets on
Sports?
Cool-
Yeah,
cool
this is a
stuff.
sport.
kind of a sport.
Is that Moaning Myrtle for the second character?
Yeah,
course
it
it
is.
But like not a
But let's-
ghost?
That's just Myrtle. Yes. thank
Yeah.
you.
So let's start with we'll just go in order.
Also, the
kind of-
actress is like 30 years old who plays her, like in the movie.
Oh.
Yeah, she's like a woman.
All right.
just a fun
let's
fact.
let's snake our way. Starting with this. Is this?
Voldemort.
That
Yeah, I
is
was gonna say,
young
that's
Tom,
young Tom.
Riddle
Wait.
when he's at
Look to
Hogwarts.
see if this is like Tom and then another character is Voldemort, or is this
So-
all
Oh
encompassing?
no.
Okay.
There's Voldemort.
There's several
Surely
Voldemorts, I'm
Voldemort's
assuming.
separate.
Yeah. So
I can't see him.
this.
Oh
looks
yeah,
like,
no, I see him.
This
third
looks
row
like
from the
Tom Riddle
bottom
in the
to your left.
flashback when he's like,
Oh.
asking Slughorn about Horcruxes
Oh, yeah.
and stuff. Like he's
Yeah.
Right.
like
you're
his
right.
4th year of Hogwarts.
Tom Riddle, I think, is interesting.
At
I-
this point in his life, he had already, I believe, supposedly murdered his family
Yeah.
Okay.
and
Or-
created a Horcrux.
And we
And
really see
that's
the
evil.
most of them in Chamber of Secrets, correct? That's all the movie
Yes,
knowledge
but
I
you
really
see
get.
a lot of flashback of him in the movie of Half-Blood Prince. When because you have Slughorn, and he's brought just specifically because he used to be young Tom Riddle's teacher, and he has
Yeah.
the memory of giving Tom the information about Horcruxes.
Right.
So
So yeah, this is all you guys because he's that's something where he's obviously, I'm
I
sure,
think
much
young
more
Tom is
fleshed out.
interesting.
I'm sure he's much more fleshed out in the books.
he was so smart, and like he fooled everybody with his manner, but after reading the Deathly Hollows, he really didn't think out a lot of things. Like he underestimated a lot of wizards
Well, I'm
below
I'm
him.
gonna attribute that more to Voldemort. I have a lot to say about Voldemort. Young Tom, I think, just knowing his backstory, him like collecting things from like people.
Right, he liked trophies of his people he bullied, his victims.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And then, I think young Tom is interesting.
He is,
So-
and there's a Voldemort, or not a Voldemort, there's a Dumbledore quote, and he says you can't fault young people for not thinking wisely, but you can fault old people for forgetting how young people think. And
Yeah.
so I do see what you mean about how that
I
is more
like-
so Voldemort's fault and not young Tom Riddle.
Young Tom, I give him around A-ish.
Yeah, I would do
was
like B
where-
or A. He's sly. He got away
Yeah.
with a lot.
B,
Well,
either,
given
like,
given the fact that he's not shown much in the
movies.
in the movies, there are some cool scenes from what I can remember. But like I said, I'm not the expert. So
Yeah.
but given the fact that he becomes Voldemort, I'll probably give him a C, which means he probably sticks in B.
B, yeah.
Yeah.
That's
Which is
what it says.
valid. Yeah. No one's mad at that. Ugh, Minerva.
Do we have do we have
Oh.
pre
That's Myrtle.
pre
No, I know, I was
ghost
just getting
pre ghost
excited.
Myrtle?
I-
Or is this if
I mean, not
That just
really.
looks like Myrtle from
there's
the
no
second
ghost
movie,
Myrtle, so
but
it's
there's
everything. It's just
there's
Myrtle.
like a very brief scene or two when Harry is in the Tom Riddle diary, and you see kind of like young Myrtle being carried away from the bathroom. You don't really see her much, so I don't think you ever really necessarily see her alive.
Yeah, I mean, there's
There's
Yeah, I
not,
mean, it's
flashbacks to
everything.
around like her era, but you
yeah,
don't
there's
ever
not like
really
a
see
lot
her.
given on Myrtle. I don't have much to say about Myrtle, so therefore she's going
Weirdly,
lower.
she's crushing and chatting with Draco in the bathroom in Half-Blood Prince.
Yeah, which is retarded.
Which is just like, I don't know why she
And then that
like
was never brought
added
up again.
that
It was
into the
stupid.
story. Like,
was like-
just because she
I
like,
think
I don't know
Draco
if it
was maybe
just
trying to
like
manipulate her, or
What's up,
but I
I
don't
don't
know.
know if
Jason?
Draco was trying to manipulate Myrtle or if like
that's Jesse.
JK or if
Nice.
yeah, I sent him
I was gonna
the
say I'm
link.
pretty sure it's either Jesse or Jack. I forgot which
I sent
one.
him the link. But yeah, I don't know if
No,
like
I mean it's dumb. Myrtle's never shown. It's
I don't
stupid.
know if it was more
It's-
so to try and like get you to feel bad for Draco as the reader, like because she's talking about this blonde boy, like young boy crying in the bathroom,
D.
and I don't know if she's supposed to like that's supposed to make you feel
There-
bad for Draco.
There just
But yeah,
isn't enough
Myrtle's
Myrtle,
just like a
like
D.
D.
I think she has a lot of relevant moments
I'd say
that
C, but she goes in D because you both put D.
affect like
She's
you
funny.
know 2 of the movies. Well, she helps Harry as well in Goblet of Fire. She helps him with the egg, the dragon egg that sings, to give the hint about the mermaids.
She's
in the lake.
polarizing though. I feel like a lot of people find her annoying.
That's she does. She's a little like Jar Jar Binks comedic relief. I get that.
There just isn't anything to her.
voice.
It's just
Yeah.
there's
enough.
it's shallow. It's nothing.
Yeah.
She didn't do anything
she's got a very
egregious, so
sleepy
she's
voice.
not poopy. But it's just D.
We
It's
got
just
probably our first powerhouse next.
Minerva.
McGonagall.
I love this woman so much. Whew. Max, thoughts?
Like once like she's
Before I rail.
cool, but the issue is like there's not like a ton of development or like interesting things about her besides the fact that she's just like a cool mom.
Mm-hmm.
But if you
She's cool in the books. Or I mean the movies, sorry.
well, yeah, no, she's cool, but like
Yeah.
I-
Isn't she part of doesn't
The
she
Order?
do something cool in the Deathly
Oh.
Hallows fight?
Oh, she is the.
Yeah.
Mm.
I mean beating up Snape and then summoning all the statues to like
So
come
yeah,
alive.
what she does is she summons the statues to come alive, and then she has a little chuckle to herself. She's like, "Oh, I've always wanted to do that."
Yeah.
But she does become headmistress once Dumbledore dies before Snape takes over.
She is so horny, Jesse.
I love her. She's such a good woman. In Order of the Phoenix, when Umbridge and Minerva are fighting and they have this argument in the hall and they're talking about the punishment of students after Harry's been, tortured on his hand. And they have this little moment where they're kind of one-upping each other on the stairs. And that
Yeah.
scene always just really stuck out to me in the like dynamic and the height ratio of all of that. And I just loved that scene. And then apparently a Death Eater spits in McGonagall's face in the books. And then Harry comes out of nowhere when he's like supposed to be
Blasts
under
him.
the cloak and blasts him in the Ravenclaw like tower. And it's awesome. And just, it was a really good moment of, Harry being protective of this,
We always talk about
figure.
that.
matronly figure. Exactly.
Yeah, like she's cool, but like
I don't know. She's
like
cool.
they're just like she doesn't get the screen time and like the other stuff to make me like insanely care.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also,
I think there's a
apparently-
lot of yeah,
Go ahead.
ahead.
No,
I
I had
was
a
just
really
gonna say-
random side comment. So
You hang
yeah,
up.
I
Yeah.
just think like
no, you.
it's different. It's gonna be interesting to see if we base a lot of this criteria on development as opposed to moments, and as opposed to like just sheer
Well,
like,
yeah, I mean,
presence, as opposed to like how they are written. Because I feel like there's a lot of cool characters and cool moments that don't really develop per se, but they still have some.
Well, yeah,
I
like-
think their rank is still,
well, yeah.
that's
I
all.
mean, it's going to be different for each one of us how you define. Like
Right.
McGonagall's cool, but because
Um,
like I don't know, she doesn't get a ton of time and shit. Like she's like C B for me.
I'll put her B just because she's very major.
Wait,
for
what is
that.
what is Janie's opinion?
I would say B. She's always there.
I would definitely give her, like an A or a B. So she's
Yeah.
average, gonna be a B.
Yeah.
But
definitely B.
as
No
you're
chance
dragging
she's
her over
booked
there,
tomorrow.
not relevant at all. But I believe in Prisoner of Azkaban movie and maybe book, um, when they're fighting the Boggart, which is supposed to obviously reflect, the person's biggest fear. I think it's mentioned somewhere that Hermione's biggest fear is literally Professor McGonagall just like disapproving of Hermione or like disapproving of
It was
something
something
she does.
troll like
It's
that. I vaguely
it's
remember being
like
like, "What
that's
the
like
hell?"
literally Hermione's biggest fear. Because I know if you look up what her Boggart is in the Harry wiki, it says like
In the
rejection
Harry
by
wiki.
Harry
McGonagall,
wiki.
or
Kill
like
me.
a bad grade by McGonagall
Harry
or
Reddit.
whatever. So that's kind of funny.
Yeah.
Well, it's like
But
the
yeah.
fandom wiki, the wiki.
No,
I
I'm
know.
well aware of the fandoms and their wikis. Yeah. That's
All right,
all.
what do we think about the giant that gets with Hagrid, right?
I mean, once again, it's like a Myrtle situation to me. She just doesn't have the screen time. Like she's sort of
She's
interesting.
funny.
Yeah,
I
but like she
guess,
just
but
doesn't
yeah.
have the screen time. Like she's not poopy. She doesn't do anything wrong, but like there's just not
Poopy.
enough of her. So like I think I give her a D.
wrong doesn't mean you're a poopy tier character. Come
Well,
on.
no, like wrong. Okay, I don't
Yeah,
necessarily mean like that, but like
morally
D.
wrong. Yeah, no, D. She can't be. If she's higher than Myrtle, I'd have been pissed off.
I would honestly put her higher than Myrtle.
Well, I think they're very.
I think it's the same. Yeah, no, I
that's
mean
it.
it's in the same vein for me.
Do
But
you have
like
any
she
argument with
shows up
that, Honey?
more in the book.
No. She
She's
she has like she's definitely involved in some relevant scenes in the books, like the courtyard scene when Hagrid's opening up about his parentage and stuff.
Dumbledore's funeral scene.
Yeah, she
She's there.
definitely is there and has like some memorable
D is
quotes
the
and
horny
moments.
tier. Yeah.
But I don't know, she's not relevant. Like
Yeah,
I don't
she's
have
just
any
not
sort
enough.
of
Yeah.
I don't have any sort of like reminisce.
Who the hell is this next guy? What am I looking at?
This is sorry, it's not super close up.
Yeah,
What am
I
I look-
can't really.
That just looks like
What is
He
that?
looks like one
That
of
looks like
one of
Grindelwald.
Malfoy's goons.
but
Also, I'm not
No,
I'm not exactly
scroll
sure. I
down.
will say, Honey, I will say that he is a very important character in Stranger Things, and I didn't realize he was in Harry Potter. Do you notice that?
I don't know what I'm looking at.
I mean,
Sorry,
I'm not saying
trying to
I'm
get
not
on
saying
Twitch, but sorry, continue.
on Twitch. Why are you on Twitch?
No, I was just like for the link for something.
Oh, I see. But yeah, this specific character, if anyone's seen Stranger Things season 4, did not realize he was in Harry Potter. But I can't say for sure. I don't know if you want to look this up or you just go over this, but he's obviously not, unless he's like a big character in the books, and we'd be.
Well, I mean, we
butchering
can just
it.
skip and go on for now. The next one is Goyle, I would presume. or
Goyle.
Crab. I don't know.
Is
They're
that
both
Crab or Goyle? Honey?
interchangeable in my
That
mind.
one is. Hold on, I need to see where's the other one. I can tell them apart when they're when
Oh,
That's short,
I
fat
see
one.
the other one.
And there's
Why wouldn't
tall,
they put-
fucking freaky.
yeah. Why wouldn't they put them next to each other?
I think that's
No way they got Goyle. and not Crab.
Goyle.
And is
Regardless,
Goyle
doesn't
the one
matter.
that dies in the book? No, they have
I think
slightly separate.
Crab dies.
So
I can't
Crab
find-
was the one
No.
trying to kill the people.
Does anybody see the other one?
There's no way that there could just be either. Maybe it's Crab and Goyle combined.
They only included one. Yeah, that's their fusion. That's Crab and Goyle's fusion.
I mean, they're vaguely familiar.
Why am I not?
They have slight endings.
looking?
it doesn't
differences.
matter, but let's hear.
It does
Here, let's see.
matter.
Okay,
Yeah,
hang on.
there's some
Why
slight.
didn't you find a tier list? That
Goyle, Harry Potter. Ready? All right, it's Crab.
Okay, where-
Goyle's the tall one with the curly
Okay.
hair.
Crab.
All right, what do we think about Crab?
Oh.
He's
So
why is
Crab
the
is-
the fatter one Crab and not like Goyle? He looks more like a Goyle.
Crab. Oh wait, I think I see Goyle. Third column
He
from
is
the
the
right,
horny
right next to
tier right
Dobby, right
now.
to the left of Dobby. Isn't that
Oh
Crab?
yeah. No, that's Crab.
I think they
Oh,
both
that's
get
Goyle,
like
sorry.
C.
So this is Crab. Where does
Well,
Crab
I'm
go?
like genuinely.
I think
I'm-
they get C.
I'm gonna hyperventilate.
Good.
Mm-mm.
For what? What's wrong?
She just loves Crab and Goyle so much.
I'm a big fan.
You good?
I'm fine.
Crab and Goyle, I put C. They just get more screen time than the D people, and then
Mm.
like knowing more about their family history and their connection to Voldemort. Whereas in the like movies, they just like randomly show up with Draco and start swapping people.
I have to put them at D because you don't get that in the movies.
They have a lot of relevant moments.
Yeah, but they're retarded, so that's why I put
He
them
said
C.
blonde fucker's young Grindelwald. I said it was Grindelwald. That's
Oh,
what I
is it?
thought. Yeah, I didn't want to be like super dumb and say it super loud, but I did say I'm pretty
Yeah, no,
sure that's
you did say
Grindelwald.
it.
Yeah.
Well, I have nothing to say about either of them.
So,
Let's start with Goyle.
Listen,
Start with Goyle.
Crab and Goyle are like disguised as girls in Order of the Phoenix, and that's how Malfoy is getting into the Room of Requirement, which you don't really know in the movies, but I think that's funny. Just the concept of them like
They're standing
disguised
guard.
as girls the entire school year. And then Harry walks up to them one day towards the end of the book to try and gain entrance, and he like says to girl Crabber Goyle that like she's cute, and it freaks the fuck out of him, and he gets
Drops
out
everything
of there.
and fucking yeah.
Is it the main series or is it Extendo Harry Potter? I think there's Extendo characters in there, but
Yeah,
I
I'm
don't.
not really
Sherrick
sure.
just like ripped a random tier list out of his ass, and I'm trying to find
Just see them.
something.
Just put them in C. They get more
But
screen
yeah, I
time than
think
those two, but they're like,
they give me a good chuckle. They're
Yeah, I
So where
good.
does young Grindelwald go then? I have no fucking clue who this
Young
is.
Grindelwald does make Dumby pretty.
it's my similar opinion to
Sexual.
Myrtle and the other thing. Just like we only get to see him like at the very end of the series.
D is the horny tier, so I think we should put him in D, because
Yeah.
him and Dumbledore were definitely trading the D.
All right, for sure.
I
Who are
mean,
these old fuckers? This is the
I'm
lady
sorry.
with the dog
That's-
or
That's
whatever.
Bathilda Bagshot, you
Yeah,
fart.
that's Bagshot.
And that one on the left isn't that Kakarot? That looks like
Kakarot?
Kakarot.
I don't think that's Kakarov.
Is it
I thought he was, like,
Ollivander?
Younger.
No.
No, that's definitely not Ollivander.
It looks. Hold on.
Is it Kakarov? I don't think
It
it's
looks
Kakarov.
like a gray-haired Kakarot, like which he has like brownish
do
gray
you spell
hair
that?
towards the end of it. Kakarooff or something. Kakarot. Yeah. No.
Yeah, I did the
Kakarov.
audiobooks, so good luck.
That doesn't look like him.
Looks like his.
Nope, that's not
Mm.
him. He looks more Russian.
His Bogart is Lord Voldemort. Of course it is. That one is Jesse. Jesse, help.
Nah, just fucking
Bagpipes.
skip it. Yeah, the bag
We'll
shot.
skip it and see
Oh.
if Jesse can bagpipes
yeah.
at least to see.
Bagpipes
Yeah.
from Baghdad.
I don't. When does she appear in the movies?
It's the
Bathilda-
very end.
Well, here's the
She-
thing. No. Bathilda Bagshot
okay.
is the writer of A History of Magic. Okay, Hermione references that book a million times, and I think I dog-eared or vandalized my book the
I'm
first time
asking when we
Bathilda
see her in the
Bagshot
movie.
was mentioned early on in the book.
I'm asking if I see
You
her in
don't
the movie
see her
though.
early on in the movie. You don't see her until
She-
Deathly Hollows.
She is the lady that turns it like from a snake.
Nagini is inside of her.
Yeah, you know, like when they're getting all the Horcruxes. Like there's this old lady by James
In
and
the
Lily
shack.
Potter's grave,
Yeah.
and then turns
She
into a
turns into
snake.
the
That's
snake.
her.
Yeah.
And attacks.
Okay.
Yeah. So
I-
she was killed like months
Yeah.
beforehand, and then Dumbledore sent, or Voldemort sent Nagini to be in her body and just wait for Harry to show up. And then they were speaking parcel tongue, and shit got nar.
Janie said
Def-
C, but once again, I'm leaning D just because.
I didn't.
well, I thought you said C.
I don't even think I said anything yet.
Oh, I
Oh,
thought.
Jesse, I was reading because Jesse said bagpipes is at least a C, even though she scares the jeebies out of me. Yeah, that scene when I first saw it, like,
Yeah, he's
and I was,
afraid
like,
of snakes.
older, but I
Yes,
was
he's
like,
afraid of snakes, so
ooh.
we don't like him. We make fun of him for that.
Well,
Once again, she just doesn't show up very often. Like she's
yeah.
Yeah, spoilers.
I would give her like
Jesus.
I would give her. Well, see, here's the thing: is D is the horny tier, and I don't know if she's
Why
is
is
Bathilda a poopy?
why is D the horny tier? What is
Because
That's just what
Grindelwald launched Dumbledore's dick.
Jesse was
The
saying.
woman
Not
was horny for
yeah, but they don't all
Hagrid,
have to be
and
horny.
Myrtle
That's
was
just a
looking
joke
at
that
the bathtub
that's
for
just a
Harry's
joke
cock.
that Jesse made. They don't all have to be horny.
Yeah, I know, but I fully agree.
Jesus
makes
These
Christ?
You're-
advertisements also, I'm just
You are ruining You're ruining the integrity.
There's just
of
not
Do not
enough
have
in this
ad
world
block.
to make me give a shit about her. So
Yeah,
I throw her in
I
the
know.
D.
Well, that's why I'm like, she
Top
could
of
be in
D.
Poopy, like.
But like she doesn't
relevant,
actively
but but in the movies, like I care more about her book character than I do the movie character. And I mean, it's a good like freak out in the movie, like visually, but I don't know, it's like a 5-minute scene, and that's like all you see of her, literally, in the
Yeah.
entire movies.
Yeah.
All right, top of D. Let's get to a freaking powerhouse. Have you ever heard of
Ugh.
Hermione Granger?
Hermione Granger.
The first one that I have a lot of opinions about.
Yeah,
just
you can go
because
first.
she's-
I'm
Yeah,
gonna take a shot, and
you
you,
get 'em,
can
Shaq.
talk about Hermione
Yeah, I mean,
and her mom.
holy
next on the
shit,
tier
she can
list.
be kind of annoying. In the first like 2 movies especially. I always make like her first few scenes with Sorcerer's Stone. Every time I watch it with Janie, it's just like God, she's so repulsive.
Well, that's the
But
point.
It's
yeah,
In the
no,
books,
but
it's
I
very
love it.
intentional.
yeah, but no, it's
I love it.
as you get older and as you
It's Leviosa, not
As you-
Leviosa.
as you grow with her, you're kind of like, because when I'm
You watch her
first
turn
watching
into a
Sorcerer's
woman.
Stone, I'm like 8 years old and I'm annoyed as shit with her, and then I get older and I start to care
Wanna
for her
fuck
character
her.
a little bit more, and that
Oh.
too. So it's like,
Too.
there's a
And then
lot of
Emma Watson became a
factors
woman.
involved. She never really like
My wiener says S.
she never really
My brother
like
said he would eat her ass with chopsticks once. I'll never
Yeah.
forget that.
she
Anyway.
never really like offends me. She's not my favorite character, but she obviously
Hermione
does a lot of
definitely
cool
has-
stuff, and her being smart and bitchy definitely comes in handy a lot of times.
Hermione has
not
some
even,
side quests in the book.
Itchy, but...
You know, she has a whole, slavery
Snark,
arc.
I shouldn't say
Oh,
bitchy. I should say like
spew?
snarky,
Yeah.
I guess.
There's
Comes
some
off
more.
a little that way.
Yeah, I mean, definitely.
I would say for me, she's a strong A. She's not an S tier character for me, but I really, really like her.
Yeah, I mean, I
it's
wouldn't be appalled with A.
the
But,
main
if you
the
put
main
her in S, I
trio-
wouldn't disagree.
yeah the main trio is all pretty good, and we'll get on to if I prefer her over Ron or Harry, but we'll get there when we get there. But she's good. She's good enough to be A, especially
Are we
compared to what
pulling
we've.
her up yet, or are we like letting it sit?
Or have you said
Whoa,
your
whoa.
opinion yet?
I
Yeah,
have
you said-
not.
No,
Yeah, exactly.
yeah,
Then
we got to come to a consensus here.
You guys said what?
Say
and then
You said
my wiener
A,
said
though.
S. I'd be fine with A.
A. Yeah.
Mm,
I
no,
like
I
her.
mean the my wiener also says S.
Mm. Anything about anything that stands out about the books that you don't really get in the
Well-
movies that you
well,
want to
the
say?
I
book-
about
mean,
her?
like there's so
She-
much.
Yeah, she has a big arc about freeing the house elves, and that's a
And it's just like funny
From
and
book
weird and
4 to
also
book 7.
annoying. And also like the elves
Mm.
don't even want to be free. But then at the very end of the book, it kind of like
yeah. No, there's some
they
conclusion.
do, maybe. I don't know. There's a conclusion, so it's not all for nothing.
Hmm.
It's nice. And
That and when creatures
there would
attack,
all be
nice.
dead so many times in so many scenarios without Hermione. Like just wow.
Great.
Yeah.
Great.
What a
Yeah,
mudblood.
Freaking yeah, what a mudblood.
There's a Slughorn quote, and Harry thought that Slughorn was like racist against mudbloods, and he was like, one of the best, the best witch I ever knew is a mudblood, and she's my best friend, and she's a
Yeah.
human born,
So-
muggle born, whatever. And
So where do you think you'd put her?
I would put Hermione in S.
Yeah, I mean,
Okay.
either
Well,
one I
then
can
you're
live with.
you kind of have to pick one because I'm very definitively A.
My mind's telling me
So it
no,
is-
but my wiener.
Hold on, hold on. Let me
wiener's
look
telling
at
me
let me
yes.
look at what else is like here on this.
No, that's not the
like
point. That's not the point.
it
You know
is
that
though.
it doesn't have to be
It's
comparative.
just freshly reminding me of
Yes.
if there's possibly
Yes.
more important people.
You saying
Not that
S,
there can only be
Jack?
one in
Or
S.
Jack Max?
How dare
Yeah,
you?
I would say
Just-
S.
Just toss him an S.
All right, Max goes S. So that's it. Let's go to the
Trelawney.
That scene in the movie is all I could think of.
She has slightly more.
She's relevant in the books, if you
Yeah,
ask me.
I put her
She is
above Crabbe
very.
and Goyle, like high C. Is my.
I would put her B. For books.
I would put her. I have to put her C because I
I
don't see her a lot in the movies.
I don't care. Like, first of all, her book character gives me a lot of chuckles like throughout. Like, it starts
That is
in
true.
Prisoner of Azkaban. Like, she's a character very early on, and she's like, freaking out about the Grim with Sirius and all this crap.
She freaks out about
And-
Grimm for
and-
4 or 3 books straight.
Yeah, and Ron,
however
and like
many.
the perspective of Ron and Harry in that class, and like them just pulling shit out of their ass was always super funny, and like Hermione like always just being salty about that class because she just like wasn't good at it. But then like 3, 4, 5 books later, you come to find out that like
She had the prophecy.
she literally had the fucking prophecy, like she predicted it and she like wasn't even aware of it. It was just so natural, and she's relevant, and she actually does have this gift that everyone's just shitting on her like the entire story. And I like her. I like Trelawney. She's funny. Yeah, I give her a C.
Yeah, I mean,
Or
definitely,
you guys
definitely,
are gonna say B or C, so it's a B and a half.
I'm definitely giving
C
it
and a
above
half.
Crabbe and Goyle, but it's right now at the moment high C.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that Charlie Weasley or Bill?
That one
I don't
is
know which
Bill.
one.
That is
Bill.
Bill because he has a
Bill
scar
is
on his
Gringotts,
face.
right?
Bill is Gringotts.
Charlie is animals.
Married Fleur.
Yeah.
I have no opinions. I recognize him, but I have no opinions.
Just one of the many Weasleys, or the oldest Weasley.
I'm sure Janie has a full reason why
He's hot. Ugh.
Is he?
Yeah, he's nice. I like
Okay.
dudes. Anyway, continuing. I mean, he's not relevant at all. Like, he's like the second oldest Weasley relative, so like
Yeah.
he's obviously
I thought
gone
he
a
was
lot.
the oldest. I thought he was older than Charlie.
Well, he's like one of like just the 2 oldest. He's of
Okay,
the 2
I-
oldest. Like
I see. Yeah.
Is
Bill
he
and
yes?
Charlie are like very away all the time, and they're relevant and they have relevant jobs, and they
Flem
have
is
their
more
moments.
relevant than him.
As
Char-
a book character, yes. But also like there's
Charlie-
moments where like Charlie and Bill have both like given nods, like in Goblet of Fire or Deathly Hallows, like, hey, I suspect this and this. Are you good? Like, I don't know. They have their reasons and their purposes, but yeah, he's probably like a D.
I thought you were about to put Weasley.
He's like a D. I don't know. He's
Yeah, I mean,
Oh, I
once again,
messed
it's
up.
my opinion of like not enough information, so
IDK.
like get D.
Yeah, I don't like a D.
Yeah, like
yeah. I have similar like views as with Bathilda Bagshot. Like it was a freaky cool scene and like it had its relevance, but like not really a book or movie character all around. So
I just D just because.
Is he less relevant than young Grindelwald?
Like,
Because
that's a tough question.
Because in that case,
That's a tough
he's
question.
freaking poopy.
I mean,
because
Because
young
that-
Grindelwald, we don't see a lot of him, but then we get dumped like quite a few excerpts of him in the
It's
last
just like if he's not
few
poopy, who
chunks of the
is?
book of Deathly Hallows.
Or is it just because he's not offensive enough to be poopy?
I think Bill is less relevant than young Grindelwald. in the grand
No, I
scheme of
mean,
things.
I have some ideas for Poopy when
Okay. All right. We'll put him. We'll stick him.
I think I do. I mean,
That's
we'll see
all.
what we
I think Bill. If you're comparing Bill and Grindelwald, yeah, I think Bill's a little less.
I mean,
relevant.
honestly, I would be
'Cause
happy putting
Grindelwald
this
had
next
more
one in Poopy.
impactful.
Who is this?
Oh my god, I die. I do have a comment.
Ron's
about
girlfriend in
Lavender
Okay, what's her
Brown.
name?
Lavender Brown.
What
Lavender
a name.
Brown.
Lavender Brown.
Lavender Brown.
It's a really
Uh,
crazy shit.
Juan.
Just sounds like the first NFL player ever.
Yeah, her whole point was to get.
Ron and Hermione together.
Yeah,
That was
yeah.
her
so-
purpose.
oh my god, yay! I mean, yeah, she was a part of the DA a little bit, right? But I
Yeah.
don't know. Fuck her. I'm happy to put her in
So-
Poopy.
Um,
Not only did she have very little to do, but when she was there, she made me angry.
oh no, for sure.
So I'm happy to.
He's looking different these days.
Oh.
Yeah, this is.
We don't want to put
Um,
it. We don't want to put her on blast.
Listen, I
love
don't
Lavender
have.
Brown.
Yeah, no, she's fine with Poopy. Like, I have no issues with that. I do want to make a comment though.
Lavender Brown tier.
Lavender Brown dies.
Spoilers.
I believe it shows her dead
In the movie.
in the movie. Like,
Yes.
vaguely, they just
I'm pretty sure it
stop and
does.
look at her for a second. You don't really get
I'm
any
gonna get banned on Twitch for
information
this.
on that. But Fenrir fucking maims her.
Okay.
The
well,
fucking Fenrir Greyback.
Oh, that's his first name?
Yeah, Fenrir.
Oh.
What do you
What?
listen to the audiobook? They refer him to his first name more than
I
his
hear
last name.
Greyback is what I remember.
Oh, well, they refer to him as Fenrir like a lot, just two,
No,
I think.
Greyback is.
Explains.
Oh, I remembered him.
who is this?
Jenny?
I wasn't aware there was a African American female character that had a name in Harry Potter. If I'm being honest.
That actually looks like
There's the Indian girl. Oh, but that's her.
the Patels. The Patels.
Yeah, those are the Patels.
Padma and what's the other
Pavarti?
one's name? Pavarti
Pavarti?
and Padma.
Oh yeah, they're there. Wait, this is the same picture.
Well, they're twins. Come on.
Yeah, but it's literally the same picture. Just zoomed in. Anyways, who is this?
Wait, is that the
Um,
one? Wait, no, that's the
doesn't look
lady on the
like-
Quidditch team. On
Anna Abbott?
Gryffindor. I'm
No,
pretty sure
that's
she's one of the on the Gryffindor team, is she not?
it's
Cho. No.
she's on Ravenclaw, you stinky stink.
No, I
I
think
just-
she is on
People-
Gryffindor.
Wait.
I want. Doesn't one of the Weasley twins go with her to the Yule Ball
Yeah, I just can't remember her name. It's
on the Gryffindor team?
We got Dean Thomas, Lee Jordan, Kingsley Shacklebolt, Lita Lestrange.
no. What are you?
I'm looking at
Angela-
characters
Angelina
of
Johnson.
color.
Angelina
Johnson.
Johnson.
Angelina
on the
Johnson.
Gryffindor.
Angelina
100%. I
Johnson.
Yeah, okay. I actually
I
know
am
that now
correct.
because
she's in the
she's in
movie
Harry
as
Potter,
well. So
the
she's
Lego
in the-
game.
Yeah, well, so is Hannah Abbott. But
D.
Angelina, it's
Not Poopy?
Candace. Who? Jesse says it's Candace. No, that looks like Angelina Johnson. Now that you say it, well, because there's a scene in Goblet of Fire, and Fred and George are like trying to ask someone out, and they just look down the table and they're like, "Angelina, will you go to the dance with us?"
Nothing comes up when I search down Candace Harry Potter.
Hedwig pops up. No, just Google Angelina Johnson because I think it is.
Yeah, Max is right all along, as
Yeah.
per usual.
Well, Hannah Abbott is just the first name that pops up to me, but she's white.
Yeah, once again, refer to Max. D tier, not
Yeah,
enough of
no,
her.
right.
Yeah, I
Mhm.
know I am. I have a bad
If
habit.
if there's
D
not
tier.
enough of her, then why is she not in the same?
Well, because she's interesting
It's
when she's
Lavender
on the
Brown.
screen. Lavender Brown, when she's there, makes me upset.
Okay.
Um,
Oh, this guy's in Game of Thrones.
Who the fuck is he?
He is a Greyjoy in Game of Thrones.
He looks like a death queeter. A death queefer. I don't know.
No idea.
All right.
Jesse,
That's dumb. That's second Dumby.
that
That's-
is Aberforth.
Yeah, the bro. We got that really scary scene in the Half-Blood Prince. Is it?
What scary scene?
It's with like the abandoned town or whatever when they're going to see him.
No.
5 or
That's
6.
Not in Half Blood Prince.
Dumbledore's brought when Harry goes to see Dumbledore's
It's all Deathly
brother.
Hollows. It's all Deathly Hollows.
Okay.
Yeah, you don't know Dumbledore even has a brother until the last
Okay.
movie.
Okay.
Well,
Well, then
because
I-
Harry
I-
had no idea. He's like, "What the fuck?" Yeah, no.
It'd be like high D, low C.
Not as good as Crab and Goyle.
I'm giving Aberforth.
Well, the Crab and Goyle just get more time. So, and then getting Crab and Goyle's family backstory, more interesting.
Like once we finish
I trust
placing
you.
all these, are we doing like a glazing
Yeah, we can do a
over,
possible
adjust?
reshuffle. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I would probably give him
close.
like a. I'm with Max, like low C, high D. I mean, he has
Let's
very
fill up the
relevant
C tier
moments.
slightly
Yeah.
more.
He has a lot of relevant moments.
All right. This guy?
That is what's his name?
I don't know his name, but yeah, it's Goblet of Fire, dude.
He's-
The guy turns into Mad Eye Moody.
Stinky boy.
He's the son of Barty Crouch Jr. Bartimus Crouch Jr. He's awesome. I think he was such a good villain, and he does this really good thing in the movies where he just does this like demented lip lick twitch kind of a thing. His face, like it's like look at on the bottom, go like one row down.
No, he's
One
a
row
lip
down.
licker.
Oh,
Yeah.
this?
Yeah, no, the one
Oh,
below
he does
it.
that all throughout the movie.
But yeah, pretty much. Yeah, he does like this tick, like he's just fucking manic.
Oh, yeah, this. Yeah, okay.
So he
It's
is
hard
the
for me-
fake. He is the fake Mad
Mad
Eye
Eye.
Moody. He
I
hid
see.
Mad Eye in a fucking trunk all year. He's drinking Polyjuice potion. This dude is fucking wild.
It's hard
I
for me to
love it.
rate him because his character was Mad Eye Moody.
I know, and in the
So,
movie,
like,
it's really confusing, and then
conflicting.
you don't see or hear any Mad Eye again until like he dies, like 2 movies later. In the book, you see a bit more
Gonna
Mad
be
Eye,
making
so
that
there's
food.
that.
It's like
Um,
as he's a villain, I think he sort of gets C tier. Like, but because like he was a villain only for what, or like because he's a villain, he gets higher than D. Is what I mean to say.
And I
But, like,
see what you
because
mean
his
because like you
villain
don't
is
know his
Mad Eye Moody.
personality. You can only rank him based off of how well he stole the identity of Mad Eye Moody.
So like I feel like he gets C.
I would put him. There's a weird urge to put him like above like. Yeah,
No,
let's
like I
put
mean
him,
he's interesting, but
let's
the
put
issue,
him early C. Like let's put him like behind Trelawney. Maybe.
I can live with this.
All right. Goblet of
This
Fire
is
girl.
Fleur Delacour.
Fleur
Flan.
de la Cour.
This
Fan
is
of
Bill
phlegm.
Weasley's wifey.
Mhm.
Gets an
Everyone in
arc
the book refers to her as is
It's
the
an arc
guy
in the
one
book.
of the Russians in Goblet of Fire? Maybe, but I just thought that was Kakarov. Anyway,
Kakarot.
yeah, Fleur Flem, as she's referred to in the book. She's cool. She has some moments. You think that she's a shallow woman and that she's, not that the Weasleys are like rich or anything, but maybe that she's just with Bill for his looks and, whatever. And then he gets fucking maimed by a werewolf and his face is all messed up and he can only eat like bloody, throbbing meat. And she doesn't care. She still loves him, and the entire Weasley family is just bewildered by this. And that gave me some respect for her. I'd put her like mid C,
Yeah.
low
done.
C, behind Aberforth, I guess, or like in front of Bathilda.
I would put him in front of Aberforth.
I guess she does have more moments than Aberforth, but she doesn't have as many like crucial, pivotal, like game-changing moments. Like Aberforth
Yeah.
saves Harry twice. He sends Dobby in the cellar, And then he also brings Harry into his Hogshead pub.
Yeah.
Which also, then you start to think, has Aberforth always been the barman at the Hogshead? Like, Harry and Hermione and Ron have been in the Hogshead like 2 other times throughout this entire book series. And, like, you know, the barkeep has never been described. Maybe he has, maybe he hasn't. I can't really necessarily remember. But we know that the Hogshead isn't, like, necessarily as friendly as the Three Broomsticks or whatever. So I just think it's interesting that he's then like maintaining the bar. Like, has he always been there?
Yeah.
You
No,
know,
I mean, definitely, but
you
he
put
already
her
put Flem
in
in C.
front of Trelawney, though. I would put her behind Trelawney personally.
Yeah, I mean,
I would put her in front of Goyle and behind Barty Crouch. She doesn't have as much like plot changing effect as Barty Crouch
I'm not gonna argue with
or
you.
But she's from book 4, and
Trelawney.
you know, I
Yeah.
am
But
a fan.
she's there for a while and she has some nice moments.
All right, Janie, gush about your girl. Luna Lovegood.
Looney. I love Luna. She's great. She is written so well and so weird in the books. It's just the cherry on top of it all.
I mean, I'm gonna make a snack real quick. So
I don't know. I think listen. I would throw Luna in a B. I would definitely put her at B because like Tom Riddle doesn't have young Tom Riddle that we're seeing doesn't have that much movie time, even book time. I mean, obviously he has a big effect on the plot. But like Luna has like a really good arc. And she has a lot of really good supporting moments, you know, the Thestral stuff. She's like her dad has a lot of weird nicks and knacks for dumb mythology. But for some reason, he knew that the Hollows and Rowena's Ravenclaw diadem were both real. Obviously, the rumple-headed Snork horn and whatever else the fuck he believed in was not at all true, and we don't know about Nargles. But the fact that he like was a firm believer in 2 of the Horcrux objects that people didn't think existed, and they did. You know, he was trying to replicate the diadem when Harry, Ron, and Hermione went to Zeno's house in Deathly Hallows. It didn't look like the crown, obviously, but it's, you know, it's mentioned in the book. So also Max just like dropped off planet Earth, so
Oh, did he?
yeah,
Max,
he's
you
not
here?
in the call.
Oh, he's not on the call.
No.
Okay.
Rip.
Well, give me a second. I give Luna an A.
I love that.
Yep.
Well, I could very much well
Really
as well
easy
give her
for
an A. Wait,
me.
I want to hear what you give her an A because of just movie reasons.
Yeah, give me a second. I'm gonna make this snack. Just
Um,
I'll go talk
while
to
you're
Max real
making a
quick.
snack, I guess I can talk. So we watched the Harry Potter anniversary whatchamacallits on HBO, the special. And apparently the woman, the girl who played Luna, she was just a fan of the Harry Potter books. And by the time I think that they needed like a Luna in the movie or whatever, she just showed up to the book reading audition or whatever, and she just played the part so well. And I love that she was just kind of like a fan recruit. She's just such an oddball. She's kind of like bullied and people call her loony. And yeah, like JK kind of writes her to where some of the stuff she believes is not true and not real, but some of the stuff she believes has definitely helped Harry. There's a moment where I'm just going to keep talking because there's 3 people here, so why not? But yeah, there's a moment where, you know, Harry towards the end of it in book 7 is swarmed by Dementors as he's about to approach Voldemort on his supposed death. and Harry was like genuinely scared shitless for once in his life, and he just could not produce a Patronus, and neither could Ron, and neither could Hermione. And then suddenly, just Luna comes out of nowhere with, I think, Dean and like one other person, and they just conjured their Patronus. And like, you know, Harry seeing their Patronuses kind of gave him that confidence and reassurance that, you
The
know,
king
not
is
all
back.
hope was lost. And because of that, I'm talking about when Luna and Dean appeared out of nowhere when Harry was approaching the Dementors in book 7.
Mhm.
And Harry couldn't produce his own Patronus, and then, you know, he saw the otter kind of come out of nowhere, and I thought that was a nice Luna moment. Yeah, she just has a knack for turning up in times
Yes.
and places where she's not necessarily needed, but it somehow just works and helps.
I want to put her in S. She's an interesting character.
Yeah.
Wow.
Tragic backstory.
I'd give her
makes
like a yeah
fucking
A.
Weird. I just
It's
think she's so
between-
unique of a character.
Oh,
If
for
it's
sure.
between S and A, then I will give it an S.
Okay, no, I'm not mad at that at all. Yeah,
I
obviously.
think she's so unique. You know, she had a tragic backstory, and that made her, or I think that's what made her wonky, to
She's
say the least.
Yeah,
And her whole family dynamic.
yeah.
You know, she
So
just
she's
wants
not
friends.
Given a
She's
lot in the movies in
so good.
comparison, it seems. But I'm very big on delivery and just like presence.
The way
And
she
it just
talks,
seems like every time she talks, the whole cast is like, "What the fuck?"
she
Yeah,
just
that's
has
how
a
it is.
very
Person.
like misty,
Yeah, so I like it.
whimsy. Yeah, in the book, it doesn't show it in the movie, I think, but in the book, it's written. JK likes to repeat several things, kind of these motifs, I guess. You know, the sky was a forget-me-not blue. Dumbledore has moon-shaped spectacles, and Snape has greasy curtained hair. But Luna always apparently is wearing these radish earrings. In the book, she just like, I don't know, lingers on the detail a lot. Luna's wearing radish earrings. It's funny. I don't know. She's so quirky.
Yeah,
And she cares a lot about her friends. She's just very goat.
I'm just more enthralled, I think. Maybe I would say like I don't know if she's a I would say she's a better character than Hermione, but because she's so
Different from the rest.
few and far between, every time she's on the screen I find myself more interested than probably any scene I've seen with Hermione.
The giant Gryffindor lion that she
Personally.
wears to the Quidditch match.
I wouldn't be upset with Luna over Hermione.
But
Hermione,
regardless, we're
I'll put
well,
her behind for now. We'll
yeah, we'll
discuss.
talk
It's
about
just, I mean, Hermione has saved them so many times, and I mean, not that just
She's big.
you know, depicts a character, but you know,
we're going with the normie pick for now.
carrying on.
All right,
speaking
should we make a separate tier for Buckbeak? here?
Buckbeak. Well,
I-
there's like
all of
then
the
there's
animals are D
Crookshanks
for
though.
me.
So like there's animals. We also have Fox. Is there an animal tier list?
No,
Do we have
they can't
Nagini?
they
I
can't
don't
speak.
care for
There's
the
Hedwig.
animals. They can
Are we
all go
gonna
to
put
D.
Dobby in the animal tier list as
No,
well? with Hedwig
Jesus.
and
That's just
Creature?
messed up.
Sorry. Okay.
Yes.
Um,
Not a member of Spew, clearly.
Buckbeak is.
God, I've always wondered
cool.
who's better, Buckbeak or Angelina Johnson. I literally stay up
love
every
you.
night wondering, God,
That
Which one do I
oddly
like
is
more?
the thing I hear before we both fall asleep.
yeah.
Buckbeak
Yeah,
and Angelina.
A lot of
Johnson.
people care for animals. I am not
I'm
one of
rolling.
them. They can all go to D. Except for Hedwig.
When
Hedwig,
ranking characters, it's like
Why isn't
tough.
Pidgewidge anywhere to be seen?
because he's D tier.
Fuck off. So, I do like that Buckbeak serves a purpose for taking Sirius away. You know,
Yeah.
and when Sirius is isolated in Order of the Phoenix, there's one part where Sirius is forced to live in a cage on the outskirts of what's it
Hogsmeade.
called? Hogsmeade, thank you. And he's like eating rats and rummaging in the trash and people's, trash for the old newspaper and whatever. And I think Buckbeak is there with him. So that's kind of nice. Shout out to that. Crookshanks is not super relevant either.
Above
I'm
Buckbeak, I
confused.
would say.
I'm confused as to what happens to Crookshanks, Max, because
Does
I
get the
mentioned
mention
this.
in book 7.
And he gets
but
a mention in book 7 in the
but it's
very
irrelevant.
last few pages, and Hermione doesn't say anything. And she
who the
freaks
fuck
out about
cares?
Crookshanks
It's-
being mentioned
Yeah.
when they're approaching the
who the
Whomping
fuck?
Willow. And I thought she was gonna freak out like,
Fuck
oh,
cats.
I didn't leave food for Crookshanks, or I didn't put Crookshanks somewhere, but that didn't happen. And I thought JK would have written Hermione like that. So maybe Crookshanks is just with her parents in Australia. I
I
don't
like
know.
that Buckbeak messes with Draco when Draco's at his most bitchy.
That is a good point.
He breaks his arm. That does happen.
That being said, they're so irrelevant.
Yeah.
Put them in D.
All right, another animal. Umbridge.
Oh, Cher's gonna
I-
give her S.
I'm gonna give her an A tier.
Uh,
She's an amazing character.
Do we ever get the full backstory why she's crazy? Like,
no. Well, okay, so
just
when
get more crazy things she does in the books.
So when I finished watching the movies, I had an instant thought, like when I finished watching them all consecutively for the first time, I was like, had Umbridge always had the Horcrux? How long had she had the Horcrux? Maybe she had the Horcrux in Order of the Phoenix already, and that is why she was so bitter. But
In the books, that's
in the
debunked.
books, it's debunked. She buys the locket off of Mundungus afterwards, and so
Mungus?
there's really
Yes.
no explanation for why she's that bitter. I mean, I think
Okay,
she's just
if you
she likes having enforcement and was just trying to be a good ministry role model. I think that's really all there was to it.
I think she's like, I want to say B tier because while she's definitely like a good, or like she does villainous things, like I don't know why she does it. So it's hard for me to understand her. But that being said, as a villain, she's just kind of a menace to society.
Yeah, I like menaces to society. Anybody?
I just
who-
wish I knew why she was
Yeah,
a menace to
No, that's
society.
it's
Yeah.
fair.
Like
But
a little more substance,
It's true. It's
a little
just
more reason.
I would
if
high B.
if a villain is able to, even if you don't know their
Motives.
their motives, if they're able to do enough to make the viewer more and more pissed off at them throughout the movie, I think sometimes that
High
their
B, low
initial
A
motive. Yeah,
is-
we'll put B. I know I'm very I'm biased in it. Harry Potter has a very strong cast of villains, and I think Umbridge is probably my number 3. And that's saying a lot in this series.
I
I mean,
think she's
she's-
my number 1 villain, maybe.
She's a good character, and
Oh.
like
I
know,
don't think
she-
Harry Potter has a strong cast of villains.
Oh,
I
That's
wouldn't
my take.
say.
okay.
I think she.
Fuck you then.
I think she has a lot of like contradicting personality traits, and that makes her interesting. She wears pink and these bows, and she's always described as toad-like, and she's just a nasty woman.
The
And
scene with the
you wouldn't
freaking
think that
writing
she
the
likes
shit on her skin.
Animals,
Or writing
wouldn't
the
think she
shit
likes
on her skin.
animals.
So good.
and she like has all of these cats in her office, and her Patronus is a cat. Like she's a very into cats.
You want her to get viciously murdered, and that's why she's
I'm
amazing.
also very into how JK wrote her character. It's a lot more like mutilating in the book than in the movies, and I'm into that.
High B, low
Um,
A. That's
We'll
yeah.
that's
go
where
B.
I'm at in the world.
I'd give her high. Yeah, I'd give her high B. I think she's.
We'll go B.
she's- But I feel weird about her being above young Riddle, because young Riddle plotted so much, and he like literally already murdered like 3 of his family members. Like that's just come on.
I don't know.
Umbridge has her
I
own
think
movie, and Voldemort is his own separate character.
I like Young
That's-
Riddle better than
Umbridge has her own
Voldemort.
movie, and that was like the only Harry Potter movie for like such a long time, where it was just like such an uninteresting movie. Like I would fall asleep through it. Like Order of the Phoenix is one of my favorite of the books, which I don't know if it's just because I have such a distaste for the movie, and then the book was like shockingly good that I was just kind of turned on to a little bit more.
Yeah,
Umbridge
Um,
turns you
just
on.
Voldemort is the overarching villain for the most part of the first 7 movies. And Order of the Phoenix, she comes and she goes, and like it is made a lasting impact on me for a very long time.
Jesse said it's what she represents that is terrifying, even
Order
though
of the
she's
Phoenix
kind of
is
just a
a
puppet.
criminally underrated movie. Nobody ever talks about it in those top 2, and for me it is. So,
It's a good
Yeah.
book.
but that's
It's
just
all
me.
whatever.
Harry
It's all
Potter
whatever.
is a
Max
very average
We
2022.
can keep her there right now. I'm not sure how I feel about her being above like a 13-year-old Tom Riddle who's murdered like 3
Well, it
of
doesn't
his
matter
family
'cause me and
members who
Max-
he's literally never even known. Like
Well, it
he
doesn't
found out
matter.
about them, he murdered them, he did it discreetly while he was at school, a student. Like I think that's shocking and impressive, and I don't
Hey,
want to
you can
I
discuss
don't
argue.
that.
disagree, but Umbridge is, spooky. Very,
You can
very
argue, but
I
if Max
guess.
and I are
Then
on
put
that
her
side,
above
then it's not.
McGonagall, but below young Riddle. Anyway, continuing.
Nope. Sorry.
Kiss
Consensus.
my asshole.
All right, Walter Frey.
High D.
Oh, I
all the D characters.
love.
Yeah, I mean he's a
Filch.
fucking
I
idiot. He's a
love Filch.
yeah, no, he's a goon every time he shows up,
So
but he
here's
gets like
the
2
thing.
lines a book.
He's the
So here's the
janitor,
thing.
man.
We don't
He gets
know
more in the book,
the
but-
movies that he's a squib. Like
Yeah.
squib isn't even a thing in the movies. Like you don't know that this is like an aspect of their world where you're just like, oh, you're born from pure bloods and like you just like fucking can't do magic. You're a squib. Like, and so the fact that Filch was born in a magical family and couldn't produce magic, that's why he's so bitter to all of these fucking magical kids. Because
That's why he's the top of D. Yeah, I like.
No, he's the definition of a C tier from me, because of
I
the
mean,
movies.
okay, if we gotta put him low C, I can live with it. But
Yeah.
I mean, no, I'm not gonna put him in like a B or a C. Yeah, no, I mean
I put him C.
he doesn't have
he's-
any like relevant.
he's very Dumby brother to me. He's very Aberforth.
He doesn't have.
So I
monumental
guess if
moments.
Aberforth is in C,
I would put him
fuck it.
above Bathilda.
Yeah, it's high D, low C. It's the
High
same as
D above
Aberforth.
Bathilda.
Yeah, sure.
High D, highest.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I
That-
just I do like that the
that's
introduction of
disrespectful.
his character kind of introduced you more to the like squib kind of, side.
He's the
of
low-hanging fruit
things.
comic relief.
Yeah, I think he's good. And then also he has that kind of romance going on with Umbridge in Order of the Phoenix. Like that definitely happens, and he's definitely got the hots for him. And
We
they
do
kind
get a
of-
little bit more Quirrell in the books. We figure out how.
Yeah,
Voldemort-
sorry to jump the gun. Right, I put Coral in.
Yeah, I
Poopy
wasn't
as a
looking at
joke.
this. Yeah, I got
Yeah,
that.
we
but
get
also
we
Cookies.
learn why Voldemort or how Voldemort attached on to
as a
Quirrell.
movie watcher, I can't.
But that being said, like he's a villain. He's the whole first, he's the big
Sure.
plot twist in book 1. Like I think he deserves C.
So I have to mention this right now. I'm gonna word vomit because there's no other time where I'll remember or bring it up. Somewhere in book 6 or 7, I think it's book 6, it mentions how after Voldy has the job interview and asks for the Defense Against the Dark Arts job, in the book, it's like the
5
last line of the
viewers. What's up,
chapter. It's
guys?
like, and all of those years since then, like it seems as though the job position has been cursed, which they talk about and joke about throughout the movies and stuff. But then, like literally, Voldemort tried to get the job, didn't get the job. It's implied that he cursed the job position or something, so that something horrible happens to every single pursuer, or no one can last longer than a year. That's kind of funny. But Quirrell sucks.
I think he gets
Yep.
C. Like he's a main villain to a movie, but he's
Mm.
and then because we got some backstory of how when he was in Albania, then that he was
I
just
wanna
doing
put him,
research,
like,
and then
I give him
Voldemort
a
jumped him.
behind-
I give him a D. No
I
way
wanna
he's
put
better
him,
than
like-
fucking Filch.
I want to put him like behind fucking.
No
I
way.
wanna
he's
put him,
better
like-
than
I
Filch.
want to put him
He's not.
behind Crookshanks and Buckbeak if I'm being blunt.
I
I'm
I-
saying D, so he goes in D.
I
Can we
don't.
put him behind Angelina Johnson and
It
the
doesn't matter.
Animals?
It doesn't
I think
matter.
he's
It doesn't matter.
C. But
Doesn't matter where he
clearly
goes if
I'm
it's
getting-
D tier. It doesn't matter.
So
See.
put
He's
him
the-
behind the Animals.
I put him
Regardless.
above Aberforth. I'd put him maybe above Crab and Goyle.
Well, we got him in D.
The
so
whole
hate
first
you.
movie is about him.
He's
No,
awful.
It's not.
He is.
The whole
very-
first movie is about Harry Potter. It's fucking Harry
obvious-
Potter.
It's
It's about the
God.
children.
Can somebody fucking rescue me here? Like in the chat? Am I wrong?
He's the main
God.
villain,
He's
obviously.
the
Come
man.
on.
Yeah, Jesus Christ! I didn't realize you were gonna take it that literally.
I know. I'm just joking.
You're just
But
Joshua,
I'm
regardless-
just
bro.
being a dumbass.
Regardless, Janie and I both have him D.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter where he fits in, he's D.
And then you never see him again. He fucking like burns in the chambers of the fucking school. Whatever the fuck. I don't
He gets
know.
backstory in the books. Come
Well-
on. You never wondered how he got in that situation? I did. Sorry,
Fucking-
my childhood questions were answered.
Whatever.
Okay, fucking
Crack
Mad
the
Eye.
riddle on gray hair, dude. Oh, who is it? Who is it? Who is it? Who is it? Please tell me. He's currently sitting in the IDK. And once you let us know who that is, can you let us know who the guy next to that is wearing the turtleneck?
We
Don't
can
know
start
who that
talking
is.
about Mad Eye Moody for now.
Yeah, Mad
Um,
Eye. Once again, his biggest movie presence was when it wasn't Mad Eye Moody. It was fucking Barty Crouch. So like
That's true, but then,
like that being said, I like Mad Eye, but it sucks that like Barty Crouch, his biggest character appearance is not him.
Yeah.
So like I don't know.
I like
Like,
his character
I think he's
design.
B, like low
He's
B
funny.
is
I'd
my
say
instinct.
based on what everything else that's in B.
Like I wish I had more Mad Eye. Is
Yeah. But he is funny. He does have a calming presence to him, even though he's so freaky.
okay, the guy's Grigorovich. It's Grigorovich.
Right. That's Grigorovich.
Yeah, that's Grigorovich. So
Oh.
Grigorovich is the German wand maker, and then Ollivander is the British wand maker, basically.
Yeah,
and
but then
Grigorovich
He's
owns
so
the Elder Wand.
so very small presence. D.
Yeah. I mean,
Just-
yeah, you don't even see him in obviously the Harry Potter movies.
Mad
Maybe you see
Eye.
him in,
I
like, a
think
quick
low B.
flash.
What about
Everything
you,
see
honey?
about him is cool, but once again, it sucks.
I think Mad Eye's character is relatively detrimental to Harry's future. Harry does grow up to become an Auror, and Harry like never met an Auror before he met Mad Eye, whether it was the real or the fake Mad Eye. Yes, it was Barty Crouch Mad Eye for the first year he knew him. Nonetheless, there was a lot of book, content on Harry and the actual Mad Eye. And I think he taught Harry a lot of defense tips and just, I don't know. I think he had a good impact on what Harry wanted to fucking do with his life, because before Moody was introduced in the books, like Harry really didn't know. And then the owls and everything started happening with his exams, and he kind of saw Moody and knew he was an Auror and like was kind of this legend, even though he looked like a fucking nut job. And Harry did end up becoming an Auror, and because of that, I don't know, I'd give him like a high C, low B.
All right, so he's going B. All right, Dumby. Dumpy. Gay Dumpy Door.
Oh, S.
Because of
Continuing.
because of
Carrying
Janie's
on.
fan fictions.
Max also agrees that he is gay, and I'm.
I
Not,
feel like I
not
could see
gay,
it, but
so-
like I don't. Yeah.
I just got a feeling. But still, you are the type to read more into that.
whatever.
I don't know
What is
whether to put him S or A.
S.
Yeah.
I'm doing the
That
thing,
is
but
Harry Potter's dad.
yeah.
Listen, you can't. Come on. The half
I-
moon
But no,
spectacles, like I'm about to get a fucking tattoo of fucking half moon spectacles on my forehead as we speak. I mean, what?
Yeah, I mean, I'm not upset with it. If you two already got him an S, and I'm thinking S or A,
think
then he's
so.
then he's definitely S. Yeah.
Yeah.
D.
All right,
I
we
mean,
It's
can-
it's
just,
one of the
I mean,
animals.
we don't need to go into it or anything much, but just the amount of respect and like love that he has for Harry, and just like there's so many moments where he's just fucking, you know,
I
I don't
yeah. I
know.
No,
mean,
he's great.
I sort of like because he's flawed, and like it shows much more in the books.
Yeah.
Like that's why I like him, but that's also why I'm like I don't know if I put him in A. But like yeah,
I don't
overall,
know.
I mean yeah, like
He's
No,
just
just
so good. He's such a quirky character, and like he's like, oh, I love the crochet patterns in these American magazines, and just kind of a weird quirky fucking dude. And I don't know.
Yeah.
It's
I
good.
didn't.
I respect their relationship a lot.
I didn't grow up like a lot of people with Lord of the Rings, so he was the prototypical wise old amazing character that was like talking about something that was weirdly comforting about Mad Eye once he becomes good. Dumbledore was like the ultimate like father figure.
Yeah.
And I remember him growing up. He
Oh, okay,
was,
so that's Caro. Okay. Yeah, he was in the astronomy tower, and
that's Caro.
so that he's in Ravenclaw. That's the Amicus and the other name.
Yeah, I
the
mean
brother
I
and
know the
sister.
Caros. I just didn't
Yeah.
realize.
Yeah. You don't like see them at all really in like the movies much, and if you do, they're not really addressed by their names, so you don't know that's them. Why are you putting him in D because of that? Like he's like not, I mean, even though like I know of him through the books, like he wasn't like he was like villainous and yes and that. Like he's just he's poopy.
Yeah,
Poopy.
I agree to
Around.
put him in Poopy.
Yeah.
all right. Who is this guy? He's got
That-
I
crazy
don't know
hair.
what I'm looking at.
Oh, he's a Death Eater.
Yeah, I could guess that.
Fuck.
He looks like he's in a cool rock band.
Do we just put him in IDK for now until?
Put him in IDK until
for now.
Jesse or myself figures it out. But he's in a scene with Bellatrix or one of the others, and he's doing something very like mischievous and torturous. I just can't remember.
Like
And
a
Lupin
Lupin.
is To the Moon and Beyond.
About one of,
love
Jane,
Lupin.
one of Janie's
Oh my god, the
favorite
werewolf
characters.
jokes.
That wasn't even supposed to be a werewolf joke. I just love Remus.
One of Janie's favorite characters for sure. For me, it's an A. He's great.
Max, you can. I'm
In
flexible here.
books, Lupin is like, or no, in movie Lupin is like B, at best. But book Lupin, I'm a fan of.
Do we got
Oh,
our
yeah.
first A tier?
I was gonna say, I mean, we don't really have anyone in A tier, and like I feel fully comfortable giving him an
Yeah.
A. Like he doesn't have like a
Fair enough.
super devastating death. It's
Got the coolest part in Prisoner of
pretty,
Azkaban.
Just-
so.
you know,
learning
it's a
more
redeeming
about
death.
him was very interesting, and his dynamic with the son, and then
He
him
ends
and
up
Varys.
making Harry godfather for his.
How dare
Colin
you put
Creevey.
Colin?
Colin Creevy does have a shout out in the book in Deathly Hollows. You see his body being carried in one of the last few
Fucking
pages.
dies.
He dies. It's sad. And Harry has like a mental, there's a quote. He like looks down at the body and has like another gut wrenching feeling kind of a thing. And I'm like, damn, Harry liked Colin.
I mean, I think he's one of the many to go into the D. I mean,
No,
I think
he
he's like
sucks.
higher D though,
Okay.
because he
We'll put him above Angelina Johnson. We'll put him like right here. Why not?
I mean, he
Alright.
has more like moments than fucking Bathilda almost. So yeah, that's valid. Oh, that's Madame Hooch.
Hooch. Yeah,
Madame,
I mean
Madame
D.
Hoochel.
Hooch.
D.
Madame
She's so
Hoochel.
irrelevant. She's
It's
less
like
relevant in the books, I
low
think,
D.
than the movie.
There needs to be more D in Poopy, I say.
There needs to be more D.
More D that goes into Poopy.
Yeah, but we're trying to, it's the bell curve.
We want more or
Okay.
less in Poopy.
Yeah, it's already bell
Hey,
curving out.
Yeah, no.
Come on, you gotta believe in the bell curve.
No, it's okay. Yeah.
I never
For sure,
really
for sure.
understood.
Who is this?
I'm
Uh,
dumb, I'm
that's-
sorry.
Madam.
That's Madame
Monch.
Pomfrey.
But yeah, I'm like, what the fuck is her name?
Madame
Yeah, I mean,
Pomp.
she gets more, but like she's very Filch to me. Like her and
She's
Filch.
got like some funny moments in the like, you know, nursery areas and whatever, and she's like, you know,
Yeah,
trying to
like
fucking
Filch.
keep everyone calm and safe. But yeah, she's
Filch,
I mean,
Filch and her are no. She goes high D. I think
All right.
she's mending people up every fucking
every book, yeah.
yeah.
It's Madame Pomfrey. And she doesn't die either. She lives. And there's quotes about her after the war is over. She's healing people and stuff. So, you know. And Sherrick's mistress woman of the
Oh.
hour, S tier plus
I
behind
could talk
above
about
Hermione
Bellatrix
Granger.
Lestrange for hours. She is S tier for me. Yes. Now I'm just saying that because I know the curve is going lower. So
Well, no, the
proceed.
more I think about it, I said Umbridge is the best villain. Maybe it's Bellatrix. Maybe she's the low A
I
for me.
put Bellatrix above Umbridge.
Yeah, I think she's low
I
A.
do too. I do too. She is great.
Also, I love the fact.
When I was a kid, I saw Bellatrix before I saw Voldemort. So I think the first time I ever watched Harry Potter, I'm pretty sure it was Prisoner of Azkaban, and I just assumed she was the big bad. And she is played by, I forget the name off the top of my head.
Honey.
In Prisoner of Azkaban, you don't?
You don't see Bellatrix in POA.
Well then I must.
I could be
Well,
wrong,
then
but
what
I'm
the
like
hell?
98% sure
the
you don't see
prison
her in
blow
POA.
up? Or like there's the one scene of Bellatrix, you know, where the
Not in
the side of the-
Azkaban.
yeah, I mean,
Regardless, I remember her.
She doesn't escape in Azkaban because Sirius escapes in Azkaban, but there isn't an Azkaban breakout. He just disguises into a dog and slips through the bars.
Okay.
yeah, no, but I'm not saying there is. I'm just saying, could
I
it
mean-
possibly be at the very end? But probably
It's
not.
definitely it's the presence. It's the Cruella de Vil, Dark
Cruella de
Wizard
Vil,
kind
yes.
of vibe to it. And I forgot her name off the top of my head, but
She
she's
appears
like one of
first
my
in
favorite
Goblets of
Okay.
Fire.
But she's one of my favorite actresses ever too, so it helps a lot. So she's S tier for me.
She has some importance to her. I won't say why or what.
To what, where,
Kills
when,
one of
why,
your favorite
how?
character.
Huh?
Is it because spoilers? She kills one of your favorite characters.
No, there's just stuff that certain people in here like I know certain cursed child lore, and Max knows nothing about the cursed childs.
I see.
And I just
Well, I already sort of enjoy the backstory, or like, you know, what I could fill in. Like, she's born into this family that, you know, only likes purebloods, hates mudbloods. So just being born into that family, you're already going to be like that. So that's enough backstory for me that like Umbridge doesn't have. Like just
Yeah.
growing up in there, obviously
Right.
Sirius is an exception.
he has natural reason.
Yeah.
It's
So, like,
logical.
And she's intimidating like Umbridge, but I can see how she got to this point. That's why
for
she
sure.
beats out Umbridge for me. So
She's great.
And she's like,
I
you
love
see
her.
her killing, like you see her killing people and characters, and you don't like Umbridge is like evil and torturous, and I love like the chapters in the book where you're reading about her torture.
Torture
like
me.
it's very physical and like manipulative
Strangle
and
me.
abusive, and I love it.
love it.
But
Eat me.
I don't know. I mean, like Umbridge doesn't really kill anyone. Like she's not like a threat like that. Like she's like a national
She sent the
security kind of
Dumbledores.
government
She
threat.
sent the Dementors at fucking Dudley.
She said Dumbledore at them.
Yeah,
She
she sent
said
Dumbledore against Dudley.
Go Dumbledore.
But like
great.
you know,
I'm happy
Bellatrix
she
is
made it to
actually
A.
like a mortal threat. Like
Yeah.
I'm happy she made it to A. So I can't complain.
I mean, I'd put her in S. Like I mean, I fucking she's good.
Yeah, but
And she's like cousins with Sirius, and she's related to Draco, and she's just got a lot of
As much
ties
as
all
I
the
like her, it
purebloods are
feels
related to each
Well,
other.
I know
They're
they
all
both
like
fuck
her.
everyone, but
it
but
feels
they're like
Weasleys.
put her at
but
A.
they're very closely like it's not like third cousin of a third, like they're very
Yeah, and speaking of Weasley, is this the other older Weasley?
yes.
Looks like it.
I mean, it's yeah.
That
yeah.
one's Bill, I think.
I mean, there's not much.
What's the other one? Charlie? So yeah, I think that's Bill.
Yeah, I mean, whatever they
Question
are,
mark?
they're both.
Cho, listen. Can you stop doing things when I'm not looking? I'm confused and I'm angry.
I'm just doing it as a joke. I'm
I
not
hate
actually.
you.
I'm doing it as a joke.
We're breaking up.
We're having discussions before I put them anywhere. I'm just having. I'm doing a funny. What do you have to say
Cho
about
is a
Cho?
very
And why is she
Evan
the top of
Goyle,
S?
but of the good guys.
How much do you like Cho, and why is she on the top of S tier? Why is she basically Asian Hermione but better?
She gets enough screen time where I think she gets the C. I think it's
Just
very
talk about
Crabbe and
Cho
Goyle.
while I watch something.
Cho, listen.
Oh fuck, she has opinions. Oh no.
Not a lot. It's not stuff that I haven't already told you about. It's just like Cho is very like out of the blue, like what the fuck, who is this, like in the movies? But in the books, she's actually mentioned very early on, I think in book 3, with Quidditch and stuff, and then, she kind of writes in that Harry's attracted to her but not really aware of it from relatively early on, and that's like weird and interesting. And so like to see that and read it and pick up on it was very weird. And then also has like a line in book 7. She's like trying to take Harry to Rowena Tower, so she can see
Yeah, fucking
she can see
Jenny
the
is like, you better
diadem.
fucking
And
stack.
Ginny's like, oh, I think Luna can take Harry. And fucking Cho sits down real quick. I there's just some some moments.
It's enough
The
to get
fact
her to
that
see.
Cho's friend gets fucked up from like ratting out Dumbledore's army in Order of the Phoenix, and then like
Hermione's
apparently
curse.
she never gets like fixed. Like 2 books later, apparently, like her face is still fucked up.
Was that 2 books later?
It's like a book later at least. Like it's like
Yeah. No, I think it was in the
significantly
next
later.
book.
Like her face is still like pimply. Like
Yeah.
her face is still just
Expelliarmus!
fucked up.
Hermione bamboozled her, but she's C.
So I don't know. Yeah, I mean,
The
she's
Crabbe and Goyle of the good guys. She's there. She's
I would
around.
put her
She
behind
has some
Aberforth.
moments. Behind? I'd put her in front. She's since book 3.
I know, but she doesn't like save Harry or anything like
as a movie watcher,
Aberforth.
this is fucking insanity.
What? Just throw her C anywhere. If it makes Janie happy to put her behind fucking second Dumby, whatever. Fuck it. Who the fuck is this next guy? What am I looking at?
That looks like that's
Cho is
Zach,
movie
that's
poopy tier.
the 2 guys. Okay, there's the one guy
2
that
brothers.
Hermione goes.
2 brothers.
There's a reference. Sorry, I had to make it.
Zacharias Smith. I think
Zachariah
that's
Bracamontes?
Zacharias.
Shout out.
You know.
Yeah, the name is
I'm
familiar,
shouting out
but
the
as I've
Not that,
established,
no.
names aren't necessarily the best. What does he do? Is he just another D, or does he do
Okay,
anything
that is
offensive to put him in
Zacharias Smith.
poopy?
So he's in Hufflepuff and he's in Dumbledore's army, but he's like super scrutinizing at the first meetup.
Yeah.
He's related to Hepzibah.
I don't care.
According to the wiki, I don't know how they would know that without it mentioning in the book.
Because
but anyway,
J.K. probably just said sure just to make it look like she thought about the books before
I
she
know
wrote
she's
them.
such a cunt. But anyway, that's what the wiki says. Family members, Mr. Smith quote Father Hepzibah. So it's probably the Hufflepuff Cup lady.
Yeah, no.
Descendants. Anyway,
But he eventually turns
so-
over and's like, yeah, this is good, right?
he
DA.
does, but then Hermione in Half-Blood Prince, when Slughorn is having his like dinners and stuff, and Ron and Hermione are like still beefing and they haven't like fucked yet. Hermione invites, I think it's Zacharias Smith.
Is that okay? Then he goes
No,
poopy.
so she invites Zacharias Smith, I think, because there's the other guy, but I think he's on Gryffindor because he tried out for the Quidditch and he was like a really sour, like bad team sport.
I thought there
But
was
that's
one
a
time
different
when
guy.
Harry got really popular after Order of the Phoenix, so in Half-Blood Prince, that like everybody was just showing up. He's like, why are Hufflepuffs and like Ravenclaws at my practice? Get the fuck away from me.
That did happen, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, whatever. Just poopy.
He's not
Yeah,
relevant.
I don't
So
know who the
irrelevant,
fuck it is,
and
so it
then
doesn't
was
matter.
annoying. And then this is Fleur's sister, poopy. Just
Draco.
C.
A.
Oh, Cormac McLagan. That's the one in Gryffindor. That's the sourpuss with Quidditch.
Draco is an A tier
fucking
that, if written
disappointing
correctly,
character.
very disappointing character.
Oh.
I will say that.
Oh.
He's so like even his like
Mm.
slight more interest in the fucking books. I don't know if it's enough to make me like from how relevant seemingly he is from book 1. What
Mm.
a fucking letdown.
He is the Jamie Lannister of fucking Harry Potter for me.
Like
There's
I
all,
on
there's
that,
all
like,
these there's all these signs that he's gonna have this really
like he has like a
awesome
couple
redemption
more
arc.
movement in the books. But it's I don't know if it's enough to make me give
I
a
just
shit about
don't
him
think
more.
his character was ever really supposed to be this like big scheming. Like I think it was just supposed to show like a flawed kid who got fucked over at the faults of his parents. Like he was just fucking tied into this shit. Like he was forced to kind of have this rival with Harry that neither of them really necessarily wanted or knew much about. And in the end of it all, like they both kind of came besides it. Like, Harry saves him from the fucking room of requirement as it's flaming, even though it's Crabbe and Goyle who caused it. And then, Draco's mom lies to Voldemort and says that Harry is dead because Harry tells Narcissa that Draco is still alive. And
But I don't think that's because she cares about Harry whatsoever. That's just she wants to go. Like it said in the books, she just wants to fucking go to.
I mean, yeah, but still, like, I don't know. It showed like something. Like it still showed courage. Like she lied to like the Dark Lord, and that like
Yeah. No,
I
she's
don't
more
know.
of an interesting
It
character
very
than
easily
Draco.
she
I
could have like
agree.
thrown him under the
Draco's
bus.
mom
and...
is the greatest.
kind
Draco,
of still material.
what a fucking. I don't
He's
know,
still A
man.
tier. He's
Just
still
thought it
A
was
tier
kind of
for me
hot.
because of his rivalry with Harry. Growing up,
Jesse, how are we
I am
feeling
a-
about Draco?
I am a
I don't know. I think
self-identified.
he's just a letdown of a character.
He is. I am a
What
self-identified
potential for a
Slytherin. He did have
character?
potential, like I said. I
Like-
think it is very Jamie Lannister. He was starting to show signs of something cool and some sort of redemption arc, or at least
But oh my
more
god,
I
in
like
Game of
his
Thrones books.
sneers in the book. Like he's just very, I don't know, he's sneering and
I mean,
yeah. And I
high
was gonna
C,
say,
low
I saw that you said Scabbier earlier, and I was gonna tell them, but yeah, he's the one in the movies. He can smell Hermione's perfume through the barriers in the
fuck
forest.
yeah! No, I remember.
he's just
that
one
scene.
of those fucking
they're the
goons.
Snatchers. So they're the
Yeah.
Snatchers.
Poopy.
I was like hoping maybe he could like the perfume smelling thing would happen in the book. It didn't necessarily happen. It was some other
Ron just
ridiculous-
had some things.
Yeah, it was some other ridiculous thing that caused them seeing them through. But
Thank
yeah,
you, Jesse.
yeah. I was gonna tell you guys that eventually.
All right, so I said A, Max said C. What are you splitting the difference with here? What were you thinking?
for
Draco.
I have to put him above like Cho and Aberforth, Crabbe and Goyle,
Wow.
obviously, regardless.
I would
No,
agree.
listen. Well, because regardless of if he's like succeeded or like super favorable, like he stirred the pot in a lot of plots. So he proved relevance.
All right, Jesse.
regardless.
Jesse says main goon, so I'll put him on the top of Poopy. There you go.
Wait,
goes above
actually,
Lavender
honey,
Brown.
I thought you were talking about Draco.
No, Jesse was.
Oh, yeah.
So what do you continue? Sorry.
I could be talked into B. I'm sitting
I
here.
would put Draco like above Trelawney, below Mad Eye,
So
I
he's
would-
in B.
Yeah, I mean,
like low B, high C.
Yeah, I mean,
wherever you wanna fit it.
yeah, just
Above
I-
McGonagall though. Ugh.
I said A, so sorry.
yeah, I mean, like, big fan of Giny in the books.
Oh, vagina.
Giny Weasley.
Big fan of Giny's book
A.
character. Yeah.
I would say, I'd say B. So we go A.
I really like.
She's funny.
um,
She's good.
She's super funny. She is like very capable from very early on of doing like really good hexes in the book, and I like that. Um, I like the Quidditch bond that her and Harry have, and then
I like the backstory of like it's only referenced like one time in the movie, but it's like Fred and George like, oh, I heard you're dating Dean Thomas, and she's like, who the fuck cares? Don't. Yeah, but like she definitely like gets around a little bit, but it's all
Oh.
because
for sure.
yeah, but it's all because like Hermione, when Ginny was all young and sad about not being able to get with Harry, it's like, oh, you just sort of got to move on, you know, try getting with some other people. But then it all comes back and they get together. And she's just much more of a character. I think she's, yeah, no, A is
Connor
place for it.
McGonagall. I'm sorry, Connor. But is my brain not working here? You mean Minerva?
who
He's
is this?
probably a-
Another Creevy? Is this the second Creevy? What am I looking at here?
There's a brother.
Well, yeah, but I
yeah.
didn't realize he was in the movies.
Probably a one-off scene where he's not even named. Then
Yeah, I mean, he's just like he's just another troll in the books that you see very briefly, right? No, I mean, he's definitely not Popey. He's just a troll, so you know he gets D. He made me giggle a couple times.
Right. he
Flitwick.
just looked good next to Leclerc's sister because they're both little. But yeah, we'll put him at D. Who's yeah? Who was this
Flitwick.
kid's name? Flitwick.
Professor Flitwick.
Where does Professor
Swish and
Swish and the flip
Um,
shit out of your wall?
I mean, I want to say C. He's just a character that was there from the very beginning. You know, we sort of get some more talk with him at the final book because I never even realized he was the head of Ravenclaw
Yeah, I would put him
until the
like
very end.
behind Cho or in between like Bathilda and Pomfrey. Like it's low C or high D.
Yeah, very. Yeah,
Like he doesn't have really any relevance, really, like as a
he has the
teacher
legendary
much.
meme though.
Kind of a meme. Like I would put him behind Cho. Like if
Nope.
Cho has
I like him more than Cho. Sorry.
Cho has more lines in the entire book series than fucking Flitwick. She has more relevance. She gets Ron and Hermione together. Flitwick
believe
does
you.
nothing. I don't believe in this ranking, and I would like to see a change.
That's why it's a majority ranking.
Communal.
I don't like it.
I do because as a
There's
movie
been
watcher,
placements everywhere.
as a movie watcher,
I hate
it's not even
Cho,
an
and I
argument
think
for
Cho
me.
should be higher.
Good for you.
Thanks, and I'm
Moving on.
right.
Who's this?
Yeah, what am I looking at?
This looks like a guy who's not in Harry Potter. Sure he is, but this looks like a Jesse or Janie kind of job. No clue who this is.
Put him in I don't know, and we can move on to Wand Man, Wand McGee. The wand chooses the wizard, Mr. Potter.
Any you there?
I mean,
Janie?
Ollivander, I guess, gets a D. Like, it's just not enough. But when he's there, smile on face.
Jenny, you here? We can't hear you. Are you still just seething? Are you still just saltily seething?
How
What's
the fuck
happening?
is Ginny above McGonagall?
That's and deservingly
I kind of
so.
feel it. We're probably gonna do a little
Wait,
swoopity swap
Who
of
who
some
said what
stuff here.
about
Uh,
what?
Jesse said,
Jesse said,
"Why
"How
is
is
Jenny above McGonagall?"
Ginny above
Be-
McGonagall.
Because Ginny is a lot more interesting in every facet.
I
would agree.
love McGonagall.
Yeah,
I would
but she's
agree.
not interesting
I don't think
whatsoever. She's the
McGonagall should be
she's
below-
shitty. She's shitty, Mr.
Jesse, I don't think
Weasley.
McGonagall should be below Draco at that. So I am also offended.
Well, I would take Draco.
She's the matronly figure of this entire
Mrs.
fucking
Weasley is, and
book
if you
series.
Mrs. Weasley is,
Mrs.
that-
Weasley is as well. We haven't
better
gone there
McGonagall.
yet. We
Mrs.
haven't gone
Weasley
there
is
yet.
better McGonagall.
They're both they're similar. They're similar. They're
Mrs.
similar.
Weasley is
They're
better
similar.
McGonagall.
Bobby.
Wait, what did we
A
just?
tier.
Who did we just rank?
We just
It was-
ranked. Oh yeah, you didn't
Oh,
really say anything
yeah, I
about
didn't
Wand.
say anything because I was still salty. Anyway,
It's just not enough, but when he's there makes me happy, so D. That was my like he's high D, like with the filches.
I
in
think
my
he should be
profession.
like above, yeah, like Colin Creevy.
Yeah, I
Alright.
mean it's
McGonagall goes off in Order of the Phoenix. Factual.
Dobby, Dobby.
Minerva
legend.
and her tartan nightgown. I'm fucking quaking.
Dobby's an A
Dobby
for
and
me.
his tennis ball eyes. That's
Yeah,
another.
that's said a lot.
Another. What's
B.
the word?
A for me.
What's the word? What's the word?
What are you talking about?
Motif.
You've
It's not
said
even really a
motif.
motif.
It's not a
I'm
motif.
using it wrong.
It's
It's,
not a
just
motif.
she just is fucking redundant. She's just redundant.
Yeah.
That's all.
What?
No, you haven't read the books. You would
Gotcha.
understand.
Yeah, she's redundant.
Okay.
When she stands up to Nazi.
Dobby's an
Fact.
A for me.
Dobby's a B for me.
Discuss.
There's better elves.
Dobby's the best of the animals.
Dobby is going.
Dobby is a B.
He's an A for me. He's got some of the best moments, some of the best
Dobby is
lines.
high B.
Some of the
Um,
best moments, some of the best lines, and one of the most emotional deaths.
Deaths.
Spoilers.
Okay.
I think he's high B. Is where I would put him. And then we got a high B and A.
I probably put him right there with Umbridge, but to be fair, I thought both of them were A. So not looking at the list and the atrocities here, I'm gonna go A.
Dobby's going above Ginny behind Bellatrix.
That's
So
slander.
you said an A.
Ginny's so much
Yes.
more interesting.
Okay.
Huh?
Ginny's more interesting.
Alright,
Yeah,
well,
it's
he
just
goes in.
I'm thinking also more like plot wise, like Dobby's saved Harry XYZ amount of times, the lines, the this, the that, the life lessons. Like, yeah, Ginny fucking
Is that a
gave Harry
puddle of
Potter that
water? What am I looking at it for the
strange-
next
I
one?
believe that's Nagini.
Ugh,
Oh, is that a snake?
Nagini.
Oh my god. Yeah, no, it definitely is. I just thought it was like a puddle of water.
Yeah, it took me a second. It looked
Nagini
like a penny.
Yeah, with the animals.
the Horcrux.
Yeah, I mean,
Nagini's with the
I don't-
animals, but the top of the animals, because
Sure.
infinitely more devastating.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
No, he's better than Angelina Johnson.
She cannot be behind Angelina Johnson. First
She's
of
ahead.
all,
She's ahead.
am I not allowed to like talk or mention or go into any of the Nagini lore?
Why not?
Yeah, I mean, if
I
you
don't
want to.
I don't know if it's been mentioned. I don't know when like the timeline of it is, I guess. But you don't want me to say anything, or you don't care?
I mean, if you got something to say,
So
you know, it's now or never.
Voldemort. So Nagini was a woman. Nagini was a person, to my knowledge, and Nagini, she was like a woman that Tom encountered like somewhere in Albania or somewhere over that way, and they either had like a relation, or he like trusted her, or she was able to turn into a snake. I can't necessarily remember, but I know that Nagini was a person at some point, and they had some like relations or something. And so I think like the interworkings of that and the backstory of all of that and stuff kind of interests me. And I know that there's like other stuff to be had there, I guess. And then the fact that she's, you know, like a living Horcrux, and she's the only living Horcrux. And
Oh,
it
there's
was
only
like-
Harry Potter, but that's
Well, okay, but that
more
wasn't.
him.
Listen, that was an accidental Horcrux, and the fact that Nagini was an intentional living Horcrux, Voldemort, like the fact that he did that, Dumbledore mentions is like a really risky thing to do, because Nagini, since she was a human at one point, I think she was just an animagus, and she like maybe Voldemort forced her to
Anime.
not be able to transform anymore, and she's stuck in snake form. But
my argument would be.
I don't know.
that makes
She has a mind of her
Voldemort
own,
cooler.
and I think that's risky to put part of your soul into something that could think and act on its own.
Once again, I think that makes Voldemort more interesting, not Nagini.
I just think more so she's crucial. Like I'm thinking of it not more so like hats off to Voldemort. More so, just like that makes her a crucial pawn to this story.
Yeah, I mean she's relevant. But like, I
But
don't
she's a
fucking
snake.
care.
She's
Yeah,
I
cool.
mean, yeah, we can put her. That's
She's
fine.
above Angelina Johnson.
She's
Let's get to Hagrid.
only used to be a person. And this just looks like my hair on a frizzy day.
Hagrid reminds me of my grandpa.
Mm,
He's a very warm character. Similar to Dumbledore, but
mm.
like Hagrid just looks like, you know, if he was obviously a giant, a little less younger, and
He is a giant.
a little more
God,
like
I don't know
not.
Oh, he's saying if his grandpa was a giant,
Oh, I see.
it would remind him of Hagrid.
And just a little less intimidating to talk to, I guess, than Dumbledore. He just seems like the cool uncle.
Mhm.
Yeah.
He's always been pretty fucking awesome. He's hilariously naive at points, but
I mean,
there's,
I don't know.
But-
Like I think he screams A, just because.
yeah, for me, yeah.
He's one of the most prominent characters besides Dumbledore that we see from the beginning, and
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, but Dumbledore has significantly more relevance towards everything.
Yeah,
sure.
but I there's still such a paternal kind of bond between Hagrid and Harry.
Yeah,
And the fact that Hagrid
It's
was
much
the
more
one that
personal.
delivered him
I would say.
to Petunia's house in Sirius's bike, and Hagrid's backstory about the chamber, and his studentry, and wizarding rights almost basically kind of taken away. And I don't
Yeah,
know.
I mean,
I thought Hagrid for a split second like died in
Thanks,
the books
Jesse.
when he got carried away by Aragog's children in the battle. I was like, does Hagrid die here? Like, what? But then I remembered that it's Harry's in Hagrid's arms when he is alive again. So
Yeah. Jesse said that the guy in I Don't Know was just Flora's date to the ball. And try to
Yeah.
ask Cho out, so he wasn't a character. He was just 11.
So
It
he's a
was
poopy.
foil. Yeah, he's a poopy.
Yeah, I mean,
no spoilers.
you're saying a bunch of good things for Hagrid, and I agree. He's an A. He's almost at the top.
That's
All
so
right.
funny. After the Batman died. That's so
Who's this bitch?
love that. That's so wait. That's McLagan. Or that one's Zachariah Smith. No, okay, so that's
Just
Zachariah
put him
Smith.
in poopy.
So McLagan was the other one then? Hold on.
Who the fuck cares?
He's
He's poopy or D. He's poopy D or I don't know.
Okay,
Poopy
okay,
D.
okay, wait.
Luffy.
Okay. So yeah, okay. The one in front of Fleur is McLagan.
The one in
In
front of
poopy.
Fleur? You mean Fleur's
No.
sister?
No. What? Or oh yeah, I guess that is Fleur's
What?
sister.
Yeah,
Fleur's
Fleur is
higher up. Yeah.
character.
Fleur's sister, the one in front of Fleur's sister is McLagan.
They're all fucking poopy or D. Who the
And
fuck cares?
one,
They're so inconsequential and strange.
and then the one in the very back is Zachariah Smith. McLagan's a Dumbledore. I think he just, fucking wow, my brain is depleting. He's a Gryffindor. He just sucks. They all suck.
They're just poopy.
They're irrelevant. Except
we got
that
Miss
they're
Fig.
beer men.
Miss
Yeah,
Fig D.
Jesse said, "Yeah, this is looking like this is a poopy D speed run, like Jesse."
Miss
was saying.
Fig's a D. She's semi interesting in the books, and then yeah, I mean the Patilda's D.
I like the fact that Miss Fig is like mentioned very early on, and
Yeah, no, I brought that
you
up to you
don't
when
know
I
that
started reading.
and I know you did. I just didn't want to go
Yeah.
into it too much, but I like that she is like aware of the wizarding world and is like a squib, I think, as well, kind of. a
Okay,
thing.
Werewolf Man.
That's Fenrir Greyback.
Yeah, Werewolf Man.
Where
I
Wolverine?
give him an A because he killed Lavender Brown.
Shut up.
I give him a B behind Umbridge.
What?
He actually is the
You're
one.
joking,
who-
right?
He actually is the one who made Lupin a werewolf. He has a knack for attacking children, and that's mentioned in the book. And he attacked Remus Lupin as a kid and turned him into a werewolf.
So you actually put him at B? It's not a joke.
I would put him like CB. I don't. He's
I'd put
fucking
him, like-
freaky.
I'd put him like Cho.
I
Like
would
I
put him
I
at-
don't care about the
I would
villain.
put him.
He goes
behind
at D
Fleur-
then because
I would put him behind Fleur above Crab,
Crab
and
and
Goyle.
Goyle.
Yeah,
Well, I don't
put
know
him
who
right
he
in
is,
there.
so he goes in Pookie.
Honey, that's
Sorry.
dumb. Please, please. Just because you don't know who he is,
It's a
he's
consensus
so
vote.
distinct in the movies. He's
It's a
fucking.
consensus vote. I'm sorry.
And we got a
It's
Poopy.
not better than Filch.
hate
He's a
him.
fucking idiot. Like he's like
killed
he
Robin
has
Hood,
relevance.
Yes.
Or like I don't know. Like do
What the fucking
I don't know what I don't know how to rate Fudge.
Cornelius Fudge? I feel like his relevance was mainly
Yeah.
just for the Percy thing, like for Percy's plot.
Well, no, him. I mean, he was, and I mean, Order of the Phoenix.
He refused
him
to
and
believe that
Umbridge was very
Voldemort
big.
was, you know.
Yeah, I want to put him in Poopy because, like, though he's always there, then whenever he shows up, it's like, oh, Voldemort's not alive. It's like, yeah, fuck you, asshat. How about that?
Mm,
Eat Poopy. What am I
mhm.
looking at?
That is
Girls. That is Cersei Lannister, I believe.
no.
Ah, yes.
That looks like one of the fucking women in
Low bottom.
They wouldn't do Fantastic Beasts in
No.
yeah, that would they?
Just put him in I don't know for now. Barty Crouch, not
Jesse
enough.
will-
Give me the
Jesse will-
D for Barty.
That looks like J. Jonah Jameson.
He has like no relevance except
D.
for the whole like Winky stuff at the very beginning of Goblet.
Who's this guy? Sirius Black? Who's this
Ugh,
guy?
fucking sex slave icon S above Hermione Granger, please. Let's move
A.
on. Ugh.
A.
Oh, I hate you guys.
Top of
You
A.
guys suck. He's literally the pivotal
I like Lupin better
villain.
than him.
He's the pivotal villain in these Harry Potter stories. Like Prisoner of Azkaban is literally where it starts to get interesting and exciting and spicy and scary and Dementors and oh my god.
He's like
Top
once
of A.
again, he's in A. I wish I had more of him. He could be S, but he fucking dies.
Yeah, I wish I had more of him too. But he's still an ass.
He wears a sexy robe and he has body hair.
Ugh, he has fucking
You know,
prison tattoos.
In the books, I like that. You know, there's much more the connection about how he just wants a friend and that's how he treats Harry. But like, there's just I feel like not enough of him. I don't know.
Yeah,
A
must-
lot
So
of people really like
rambunctious.
Sirius. I think he's A.
He's so rambunctious. And there's this quote in
Most of the females.
Deathly Hollows, and Harry was like right about to leave for Gringotts to Bellatrix's locker, and he's like, he's just had a thought cross over him, and he's just as reckless of a godfather as Sirius was to him as he is to Teddy Lupin. And I was like,
Yeah.
I love that. It's a good little quote.
He's a great A.
Anyway,
Slughorn.
Horace.
D, just not enough. I mean, high D, I would say. He's more relevant than the shitters.
I'm putting him in between Fenrir and like Filch, I
mean,
guess.
just he's in the Ollivander fucking
Yeah.
Filch Pomfrey place.
Who
Is
is
that
this wench?
Ron's fucking
Is
aunt?
that Aunt Muriel?
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Fucking
It's an awful
mommy
picture.
Muriel. It must be because that old man next to it looks like what's his name? Dodulus
Pope?
Digulus Dodge, who I think they were like sitting next to each other at the wedding.
They just D them both, just not enough.
Yeah. They're just basically like drunk talking shit about Dumbledore at
Who the fuck is
Fleur's
that?
wedding. That kind of looks like I'm not saying. I don't know. Maybe.
Then that's Daedalus Diggle, the next one, definitely, right? That's Diggle. Right?
That looks like dung. Wait, is Dungus on here?
Dungus Among Us?
Bundungus Fletcher, is he on?
Oh, that's what I meant to. Yeah,
Yeah, I was gonna
Mundungus.
say. I
what I
think
meant
it's
to- yeah.
Bundungus.
I messed up the names. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what I meant to say. That's
I was like, I don't think Diggle's relevant enough, but
Fungus?
that is
Where
Mundungus.
does
yeah. I mean,
Fungus
but
go?
he's
He's pretty relevant with
But he's
the
D.
locket and stealing things and stuff, but not like actually plot wise relevant. I'd put him like above.
In between
The
the cat and the bird.
Between Crookshanks.
Not
and
nearly as good as Crookshanks, but definitely better than Buckbeak.
This guy, I really don't know. Moving on, we have fucking Victor Crumb.
Nope.
That's
No,
not Victor Crumb.
I'm saying I don't know who this guy is. Moving on, we have.
That's,
Victor
I don't
Crumb.
know. Victor Crumb.
Crumb, my crumb.
I really like that Victor Crumb showed up in the last.
I think he's
book.
high D.
I like that Fleur invited him to the wedding, and
He's
Harry.
like low of the high D.
If we're talking about movies,
like
he's
back
right with
shot.
Joe for me.
Well, he kind of is the first to mention, besides Zeno, the Deathly Hollows and associate it with Grindelwald. So that's kind of relevant.
Yeah, that's why he's back shot. Like
I would put
of
him
our
like
high Ds, he's the
Bathilda.
low.
I would put him literally in between Bathilda and Colin.
Perfect.
That's
We are in
literally where
agreement.
I'd put him.
Yeah, just to write some more. Yeah, sure.
Yeah, right
There.
there.
Right. What am I looking at?
We've got
Oh,
Sissa.
that's-
She's such a MILF. God, she's hot.
I mean,
He
D.
looks like
Just
Colin
not
Farrell.
enough, right?
Yeah, not enough.
Even though you want to smash, you gotta put
Mm.
it
And then,
in
you
D.
know, maybe gave one of the best performances for, Cedric, but D.
My boy.
My boy.
Yeah, legendary performance, but that was-
Legendary performance, but he's
That's
in
about all
between
you had.
Buckbeak and Foe.
Yeah, I was more upset with
No.
his reaction of Cedric dying made me more upset than like when Cedric actually died. Like I laughed the first time I watched it as an older person because Voldemort puts his like crusty ass fucking toe on Cedric's face and it's just really funny. Like I laughed. His fucking jagged toenails are all up in his grill.
Sprout is very Flitwick. Just
Yeah.
everything to do with Neville.
But yeah,
in
I was
that
gonna say I
low
really
C.
like that she at least has to do with Neville lore.
Yeah.
Jesse said Yellow Lady is 3 Broomsticks Lady.
Oh.
This
Oh.
one?
Oh.
Bartender?
Rosemerda.
It was in
She's
fucking
kind of
D. Just
hot. God, she's kind of fucking hot.
She is a little.
Rosemerda's meat. I knew that they were fucking talking about that shit, but yeah, it looks
Mead.
pretty fucking tasty.
Okay.
Sprout is with Flitwick.
Sprout's
C
cool,
tier.
but yeah,
No.
Sprout's pretty irrelevant.
What? Come on, for Neville.
Mm.
This is
Oh
disrespectful
my
for
god,
Sprout.
it's the
I don't think
it's
I
the
don't-
balloon.
Hold on. I don't think Sprout should be above Nagini. Can we put Sprout in between Angelina Johnson and
I think
Crookshanks?
Sprout is a C tier.
What?
She's
Well,
throughout
then,
all
uh,
the books,
I
Well, then
don't
that goes in the middle
I
because I have
think
no
Nagina
opinion.
Nagina Johnson.
Nagini Johnson. Nope, she goes top of D because I don't have an opinion.
Okay. Why is
Above
Flitwick in
Fenrir
C then? I don't
Greyback.
understand.
Fenrir Greyback is a literal villain in this story. He's in like 4 of the
He's-
books.
He's like a fourth
He's
tier
like-
villain. He's like the henchman of the. He's so it goes Voldemort, and then it goes the Malfoys, and then fucking Greyback is among one of Malfoy's
Is
goons.
among
Like
us.
he's
Yeah,
such a
but
low.
The only
on the
reason he's
totem
low
pole.
tier is because he's he's werewolf, and they're like
Yeah, and
classist towards that. But
yeah,
like we don't like Sprout doesn't have any action, and yeah, she like affects like Neville's stuff, I guess, in the end of it all. But like we have like 4 sentences, like 4 quotes from her in the entire book series. Yeah, she's there from the beginning, but like what with fucking mandrakes and like teaching like mundane scenes? She doesn't have any pivotal information, any pivotal like she's not a
come on.
like
How are they supposed to get out of the devil's snare if somebody doesn't teach Hermione?
a book would have told her the same information.
Balloon Lady.
I think that's fucking ridiculous.
I mean, just D.
That's offensive.
Balloon
My
It's
point
Lady.
being is-
offensive.
I don't know how Flitwick is necessarily more important than fucking Sprout. Sprout is a head of house as well.
I don't necessarily agree with the Flitwick and C either.
You
Yeah,
both
yeah.
said C.
Yeah, it's just
Yeah,
now.
that's what I'm saying. Now I
moving
want
on.
to put Sprout and C.
Which we will move it. We will no.
Okay, okay.
No, I want to put Flitwick in D.
All
Continue.
right, let's continue. to
Balloon D,
Lady.
just not enough. Slightly more in books, but fucking irrelevant. And then this is Luna's Pops.
This
This
is
is fucking
Zeno. I would put Zeno in a C.
He's kind of hot.
He has a lot of responsibility for Luna's quirkiness, and he is a believer in the Hollows and like Rowena stuff, and I think that's relevant.
Potter watch.
The stuff.
Yeah, sure. Fuck it. He gets now finally onto the main
Quibbler.
character.
Finally onto the
Creature
main
is
character.
S. Creature
He
is
is
S
What
tier.
a irrelevant character in the movies, but oh my god, the books won me
Yeah.
over to fucking Creature.
Thing is,
What a
Movie.
fucking piece of shit in the movies.
Movie D tier. So
I kind of sensed like I don't know. They did a good job still in the movies, like making you
A tier.
feel bad for Creature, because I felt really bad for Creature in the movies after watching.
A
tier.
He's A tier, just
Jamie.
because.
I already said S, so put him where.
Then he
You
goes
put him in
B.
S.
Yeah, I put him in fucking S.
Well, then he goes in B.
What
Top of
fucking
B.
king shit.
Can't believe he's above Umbridge.
The
but
second
gee.
fucking minister, don't fucking care, D. Like he talks to Harry a couple times, and Harry says, "Get off my fucking dick,
Yes,
you loser."
Bridgemore. He's kind of hot.
Is
Yeah.
he D or Poopy?
Mm.
I mean, honestly, you can make an argument for Poopy,
Okay.
For poopy.
and then this is which one had his ear blown off? I don't know.
The one that was still.
We
living.
we ranked them
George.
together. I mean, come on, right?
Yeah,
George lost his ear and Fred died.
Okay, we rank the twins.
I'm
Don't
liking.
you, don't you dare tell me one's higher than the other.
Yeah, I mean they're around
Maybe.
Draco for me. Right down the area.
They're
Based on comedy and stuff and what I've seen from the movie, I think they're perfectly B tier.
Yeah.
they're like in between Riddle and Umbridge, so yeah, like B tier. Like
They're definitely not. Where's the other one? Okay, they're definitely not as good as like Hagrid for me or Dobby, but
Cedric. I mean,
the Batman. Woo!
I've got him in like lavender brown or like fucking D.
Shut the
I
fuck
don't
up.
know. He's
Lavender Brown's the top of Poopy.
yeah.
You tell me Cedric's not as good as Balloon Lady?
No, he's also around there.
No, I mean-
he's
Aunt Marge,
bottom
you
of-
mean?
he's bottom of
he's top of D. He's one of the relevant characters that we didn't get enough out of. It's a fucking Crimson Chin, his name.
Justin Finch Fletchley.
Yeah,
I
I mean, I
feel-
recognize the name, but you can go. Yeah, it doesn't
I feel
fucking
really
matter.
angry. I feel really angry putting.
Thank you, Justin.
I feel really angry putting Cedric Diggory over Fenrir Greyback.
I
Fenrir's in
don't.
several
He's
books.
bottom of
Cedric
C.
fucking dies.
Cedric
and
was
then
a
you're
main
fucking
character,
forgotten about,
very
and I
top
don't
of the
give a fuck.
character of Goblet of Fire.
Where do you put her?
Cedric is so unimportant. He's not.
that's why
in
he's
the
top
book
of D.
Prisoner of Azkaban.
Okay.
He's
And
top
then
of
he
D.
literally has a recasting
I'm
for
putting him in
Goblet
the-
of Fire.
Putting him in the top of D. That's not like I'm not like praising Cedric.
I would
I
put
know,
him
I
bottom
just
of
think
C,
that
so that's why he
Fenrir
goes top
should
of
be-
D.
Over Cedric.
Yeah, I mean they're both the fucking same for me. I couldn't give a shit, really.
Yeah, no, that's not happening because I would put him over C because I at least know who he fucking is. So, considering that, he's top of D.
Sorry, you're not a fucking fan of the books or movies and don't.
I know, that's why I'm here.
Visibly
to
in
be
a
a
lot
foil.
of the movies.
Book Hedwig is actually kind of sick.
I'm not saying anything.
No, like Book Hedwig actually kind of goes
I'm
hard.
done here.
You're
Book
not.
Hedwig
You're
is
allowed
the
to have an
only
opinion, but
animal
we have
that's relevant.
You're getting mad about consensus opinions. This is how this works. It's a democracy.
Mm.
You don't get to say where things go. I'm sorry. This is how
No,
we do things here.
Yeah, no, Jenny.
Where does Hedwig
It's fucking
go?
Yeah, but
bullshit
if
that
it's like,
Creature is
if
in
it's
B.
in a bullshit, if it's in a bullshit category and it's like two spots to the left or right around a bunch of irrelevant characters and you don't have that much attachment and I'm the biggest fan here and I feel differently, I feel that it should be moved two to the left or two to the right because you don't fucking care and clearly it's bothering me a decent amount, so fuck it. But
No, 'cause
whatever.
Max thinks otherwise, and he's read the books, and I haven't seen these other characters. So where do you think it's gonna go?
Up Max's ass once I
Yeah,
fucking
up
walk in
Max's
this room
ass.
and
Can you
put
talk
my
about this
foot
fucking owl,
up
please?
there.
Owl. Book Hedwig
I
go
hate
hard.
Hedwig. I hate
Above-
Hedwig. I hate Voldemort. I hate fucking Grip Hook. I hate.
Yeah, I get it. You
Hedwig
love this,
is
you love
above-
this fucking
all of
werewolf
them.
more than
Hedwig is
Voldemort. I
phlegm
get it.
level. Put him right above Crab
I
and
hate
Goyle. That's where I
everything.
want Hedwig.
Where do you put Hedwig, honey?
Right above Crab and Goyle.
Stop being a salty sailor. Where do you put Hedwig? She is rage quit. She has left the chat. She will not be part of discussion while we talk about Voldemort, and that is her decision. So. I know that's just mean that you would do something like that. All right, talk about Voldemort.
I don't fucking care.
Fine, don't talk about it then.
Voldemort,
Numbers don't
what
lie.
a shit villain. Honestly, like,
Shut your fucking
No,
stupid, dumb mouth.
like, I can't believe how retarded he is. Like,
He spelled it.
he does like the prototypical just awful villain things. He's such a stand-in. Like, he's so bland. Like, young Tom is interesting. Like, he gets C for me.
He is an S tier character for me.
Why?
S
Because
tier
of his
character. S tier character, maybe not. But like I said, I hold a lot of weight in presence, delivery, his blocking during scenes. He is the most encapsulating character to watch in Harry Potter, in my
He's
opinion.
so fucking bland. He makes like all the stereotypical fucking villain mistakes.
Every scene he's in is perfection, in my opinion.
Ugh,
And
what
I have seen these movies so many times. Voldemort is the reason I like villains as much as I do.
the actor is good. The character is
Yeah, he might make pretty
dog shit.
prototypical. He might make pretty prototypical, like, dumb villain mistakes, but for me, he is the
I
original.
must be the one to kill Harry.
But for me, he is the original
Me and my
prototypical
fucking-
villain.
Me
So it
and
do-
all of my fucking Death Eaters are surrounding him. No, Death Eaters, don't kill him. I want to fight Harry.
It's
Please,
just-
let
it's
me
just-
fight
Not a
Harry
lot. You got
alone.
the prophecy, you fucking twit.
It's just all these
He
tropes.
doesn't know the prophecy.
All these tropes
how
that
the
you are
fuck-
complaining
He
about.
He heard a tiny snippet of it.
Yeah, but you don't know how much he heard or didn't hear. He heard like half of it. He heard half.
He's an angry incel beta. That's what Jesse said.
And I completely agree. He's C. He fucking kills his henchmen, which makes everybody hate him. Like, that's just an awful villain thing. He's so fucking bland. Like, oh my fuck. What an
He's an
awful villain.
He's
I
unnerving.
like
He
that
is great.
I like that he's parasitic to Harry. I like that aspect a lot. Conceptually, for a villain, the whole one can't live without the other. The fact that there's part of Voldemort and Harry and vice versa. They share each other's blood.
Yeah, no, I mean, he gets above Trelawney because of that, for sure.
He's
He's,
S
like,
tier
right
for
there.
me. So it's up to Janie.
Just a fucking
know
villain
I'm-
that just makes
I-
every mistake in the fucking book.
I know
and
I'm
then loses.
biased.
What a shocker.
Yeah, it's just all these generic tropes of villains doing dumb shit. For me, I wasn't really offended by that because he was one of the first villains that I consumed in a story arc, and I loved him the whole way through. I was scared of him as a kid, and as I grew up, I realized like he is still one of my favorite villains ever. I think
he is very unnerving.
definitely the
And-
first one that I loved.
Listen, I don't know if I can like rank this based on Voldemort, like the way the book character is and all of this, but like I forget his name, but the actor, he just the way he carries himself and does it. Oh yeah, like when he's like Sherrick knows, I always reenact it, but like in Goblet of Fire, he gets his human body again. He's mortal, and he has his fingers and he like brushes his head like and just kind of looks side to side, and he just is always kind of like slick and cool and like fast and just
I
like,
always point that shit out. Yeah.
I know it's just the way he like moves, and it's very like
Yeah.
articulated and very calculated, and it's just very his robes and like the way he addresses and moves his wand, and like his
Delivery of
fingers are
lines.
very spindly, and I don't know if I can necessarily think that to the character and how it's written, or the way the effects and the director or the actor. I don't know. I also agree with Max where he's very flawed and he underappreciated people below him and he underestimated other magical beings, and he was very flawed in that sense. So I don't know where that lays, but as the book goes on and it gets more mature and Harry's having these possessions and these fucking fits of horror and terror where he's screaming in the bathroom and he's losing consciousness and he's like creeping into Voldemort's mind, and it's just so violating and possessive. I just fucking love it. So I don't know. I'd give him.
I'm definitely confident if I read that I probably would not like him as much as I do. Like this is definitely the physical
The
embodiment
actor
of
fucking
this
The
character.
killing
It's
it.
the actor.
the
It's
embodiment, him killing
the
it.
delivery,
Yeah, it's-
the fucking he's so scary, I would say, for a lot of villains
that's why I'm struggling.
that
to
are
rank it.
very like aggressive and over the top. I felt like he just had a calculating, maniacal aspect to him that really resonated with me.
All right, Jenny, what is your rank? We got a
I'm-
C, we got
I
an
know.
S.
It's
Yeah.
definitely like AB area. Like
It's got to be one of them.
She's
God.
that girl.
Oh,
Fucking,
Leanne
yeah,
Haywood. It's the girl that's next to
yeah, so fucking just
the,
D.
the Quidditch.
Yeah, just
girl.
D. She doesn't do anything wrong, but it's just so fucking irrelevant.
I've got to give.
Go with your
I
heart.
give Voldy an S.
All right, so
Jesus. Well, then he goes an A. All right.
Whatever. I don't care.
hey,
Whatever. Whether
I-
it's book or movie or whatever, I can't think about it too much more. But
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
No, like I said, I'm confident he would be lower if I read the book.
I
but
have
haven't.
read too many
would
books
diploma.
and seen too many different villains.
Yeah. No.
and then
For
it's
sure.
like it's so typical.
I just think the fact
It
that
is.
Harry understands Voldemort so well and vice versa, there's just, I don't know, the connection of them and their wands and their minds.
Yeah,
and
It's like the
they
Kylo.
both didn't really have a lot of like family growing up and orphany kind of, and Hogwarts was both their home.
Would you blow
and
me?
just-
Yeah. That's a
I
good
don't
one.
know. It's just the way she writ. Love that. I'm illiterate. The way she wrote them and did it all was just good.
It's like the psychic connection between Kylo Ren and
And Daisy Ridley and Ray.
Ray. Yeah.
Still haven't seen
Except
the movies.
except infinitely worse.
Maybe
in Star
that's why I'm
Wars.
so obsessed with Kylo. It's
Mm,
the
probably not.
mental mind.
Yeah, but that's so
possession.
much. It's.
Ugh,
I was making a
love
joke
it.
because it's awfully executed in Star Wars.
I know.
Like
Except
really,
I love
really
it.
terribly executed
love
in
it.
Star Wars. And
I'm here for
Max
it.
or Max will get there eventually, and then maybe
Ugh,
we'll hop
but
on
we've
live
got
again
Grip
and
Hood
talk about
next.
Star Wars. All right.
That's the turd sniffer.
Are you excited to shit on Star Wars next time we go live,
love
Max?
Grip Hook.
I haven't seen all the Star Wars.
I
don't
know
if
that's
I'm
the point.
able to
afterwards.
fucking.
Wait, you haven't seen all the movies?
We still haven't watched 8 and 9. We stopped
Yeah.
at 7.
I know. I
Because
just didn't
everybody
realize
hated
you
it.
hadn't. Yeah, that's all.
on his own time. I doubt it. All right, these guys. Let's rapid
Grip
fire
Hook.
here.
Grip Hook, D.
Grip Hook took Harry to the vault at Gringotts when he first got to Hogwarts.
Wow, that's fucking amazing.
He double crossed. He breaks Harry, Hermione, and Ron into Gringotts in Deathly
And then
Hollows.
praise him.
He double
wow.
crosses them.
It was
I don't
interesting
know.
to get some goblin backstory,
He gets
but
you the goblin
fuck
lore
me.
of their perspective on like how wizards purchase items and then pass them on, and he kind of believes that once the purchaser dies, that it should go back to the maker of the object.
yeah,
I
fucking
don't
gay.
know. It's
Grip
interesting.
Hook. I don't know. There's just not enough Grip Hook.
Jesse also never saw 9.
Nine.
Yeah. No.
Nine is one of
Kingsley,
the.
though. Let's get to an
Nine is one
interesting
of the-
character.
yeah.
Look at the
fact
Kingsley.
that up until book 7, every time Kingsley is mentioned, JK felt the need to mention that he was black.
Was that every time he was
There's
mentioned?
like one point where Kingsley enters somewhere and it's like Kingsley blah blah blah, bold, stately,
So he goes with Angelina
black.
Johnson.
Like black is literally one of the descriptive words for like him being like strong in presence. Like I was like, I'm sorry, like
I didn't get that feeling whatsoever.
I
from-
dog-eared it or I circled it because it made me it gave me a good chuckle. But I noticed it like the first few times she mentioned Kingsley, she just really wanted to point out that he was like
3 rows.
dark in stature or black or I don't know.
I
Alright.
don't have.
But
issue with it.
Dumbledore does exit in style. He did have that quote, and that's a good quote.
Kingsley is
go.
very Mad Eye for me. Like low B.
But apparently he ends up being temporary or permanent. I don't really know how it ends up being, but at the end of book
Yeah,
7,
he's-
he's temporary Minister of Magic, and that's cool.
Where are you going, honey?
I think actually he's probably a step above Mad Eye for me. So
I
in
would.
that McGonagall range. McGonagall Draco.
I'd put him like below Mad Eye, above Trelawney.
Okay, so we all got him at or
Like low
we
B,
got
high
him at
C.
low B. And then
Yeah,
Sherrick
he'll
probably
go
doesn't-
top. Yeah, he'll go top of C because he doesn't fucking do anything. I don't have any lasting impact from the movie, so he goes.
Is it, and then
top of C.
Blaze just D, just so little from him.
Who the fuck is this?
Blaze.
Blaze.
Yeah, in the movies, one of Crabbe and Goyle disappear, and you get Blaze, but he's just a different character in the books.
Blaze.
It's fucking irrelevant.
Blazer. Blazer.
Blazer.
It's
Where
due
you-
for
do-
lightning round.
Yeah.
And then
The McGonagall slander is unreal. I agree. I'm.
She not moving.
just worse, miss.
I
you know,
think she
Weasley.
should be up with like Dumbledore. She's maternal.
Okay, we'll get to that later. We'll get to that
maternal-
later. Come on.
Whatever. Suck
Dumbledore
my
isn't just
cock.
there for maternal, I would hope.
I
if
know.
that's your basis
No,
of
no, no, no.
Dumbledore,
It's
I'm
just
gonna
like
strangle
also
you.
the fondness and the connectivity between like Harry and the person. Like it's just.
Yeah.
Okay, but these,
Let's go.
what? This is fucking D Poopy, or who's that first guy?
Monkey D Poopy.
The first guy I want to say is
Jesse.
D, but I don't remember who he is, and then the next guy is Poopy. That's the third Minister of Magic, and then that guy, fucking shitballs. Yeah, and then that guy I think is D, but I don't know him for now. I guess.
All right,
And
this
then
person.
who the fuck is that?
I'm sure Jesse knows.
That doesn't that look like fucking That's Malfoy's that's Pansy Parkinson, no?
Is that Pansy?
Parkinson's?
Looks like Pansy Parkinson. Jesse, is that Pansy? I know she like maybe
Left
that's
is
not
top,
Pansy.
Jesse.
Yeah, left would be top.
Come on, Jesse, use your mind. I can think about it a little bit, buddy. As shit
I
gets pushed to
think
the right, it gets pushed down in tears.
Let's just Google Pansy Parkinson. real quick.
Yeah, I mean, if that's Pansy, then it's Poopy.
That's Pansy.
Poopy
And who's the next
Parkinson?
one?
Wait,
Who's this as well?
She's terrifying.
maybe it's.
Who cares, honey?
Yeah, she's
How about
D or Poopy.
I guess. I mean,
If we
Poopy.
had their name, would they be higher than?
yeah,
I don't know
they're
either of these,
both
but they're both
Poopy.
Poopy, yeah.
Yeah, I think the one with the short hair is supposed to be Pansy Parkinson, and the
Okay.
guy with the white hair looks familiar, but
Yep,
not by
and then
name.
this chick is D or Poopy because we don't know.
No. Don't know.
They're
Finally,
freaking-
to the
the
good
squad-
characters.
the squad.
main
Oh,
characters.
Vernon. What a
The squad.
king.
The pictures are so good.
Utters.
This picture of fucking Vernon.
I mean, I want them all around Cho. But with Dudley and Petunia,
They all
being
got to be
over-
next to each other because look at how fucking sick their shots are together next to each other.
No, Petunia and Dudley actually have some book things, whereas
Okay.
Vernon is just fucking.
All right.
Vernon is a goon
So these are bona fide C tiers, right?
Yeah, if I want Dudley and Petunia C tier, do you have disagreements with that, Jenny?
You want Dead and Petunia C tier?
Yes.
I would
Hmm.
put Mr. also C just because of the movies.
I wouldn't be opposed to that either.
I could put Dutters in B tier personally.
No chance.
For the one moment,
Yes. I don't know. I think the torment that he gave Harry in his youth was building character, and then just the fact
that
that
makes me want to put him poopy.
he came to the
Yeah,
full
it's just
circle.
so he's a shittier Draco
of-
Malfoy in that sense.
Okay, whatever. He's C tier. My opinion.
And now we
I
get to
did
Lee
just
Jordan.
if he is at B tier, then he is literally reaching up on McGonagall's tier, and then
Hell yeah.
Jesse's gonna freak out.
Hell yeah. Well, McGonagall shouldn't be in B tier. She should be in S.
You fucking said that she was A tier, I think.
Yeah, and now
Or
I'm like,
B.
okay, well, we've got Fred and George in B, and McGonagall is behind Fred and George, and that doesn't sit
As she
well
should
with
be.
me.
As
That
she
doesn't
should be.
sit well with me.
All right, who is this Quidditch announcers? What's
That's
his
Lee
name?
Jordan, right?
Lee Jordan,
All right,
which is
D
Fred
tier?
and George's friend. He's
I
like
mean-
D.
He's high D. Because
God,
you get some
so
Potter
many
watch at the
bitches.
very end. He's very Victor Crumb.
Woo! Friggin' Potter Daddy.
It's
I
fucking
D. I don't care. I don't care.
James Potter.
He looks
I
just
mean,
like
he's
him.
high D, I would say, because we get
Mm.
backstory throughout. But yeah.
He's right under the Wolverine, man. All right, another famous black character from the
Is
Harry
that
Potter
Dean
franchise.
Thomas? Have we already
Yeah.
done Dean Thomas?
No, I don't think we have.
Uh,
The next one is going to be
Maybe.
heartbreaking, though. I had so much hope.
oh my god. Yeah, I know you wanted another
All right.
an
I
ending.
stuck him in D. I assume that's fine. Lockhart.
Back.
I mean, I'd put him in high D. He's, a main character of book 2. Like, he's everywhere.
He is bona fide C tier for me. I like his just
His style.
his style, his snobbiness.
Mm.
All the mamas going after him. He's
mean, yeah.
deserving of a C tier for me. Looking at all the other C tiers, for me he'd be top of C, but that's just because of the movies compared to the books. So that's easy for me, dog.
Mm. Yeah, I mean,
Gucci Mane on the list.
Have
But
you-
I mean, on the, yeah.
have you
no,
seen
yeah,
that video? That video's so good.
Could you?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, sadly, we have to do an amalgamation of our thoughts. So Hermione was just likable enough for all of us. So here she is.
Yeah.
I mean,
I
we
would
haven't
put
gotten to a
Dumbledore
lot
above
of the
Hermione.
Creature is
but
number 1.
I put creature. I thought I said creature
Yeah,
S.
no, you said creature S. I've said creature A. But yeah.
Yeah, I said
Alright.
creature S because I'm on crack cocaine.
Let's talk about Lockhart. What do we?
High D. That's
This dick.
he's just fucking troll.
Mm,
What do you think, honey?
sex.
Is that what you
Mm.
think?
He's kind of poopy.
Fuck you.
how
he's
dare
kind of
you.
poopy. You're gonna put him in. You're gonna.
Harry.
He's under lavender brown,
Yeah.
honey.
He wasn't really like an enticing villain or teacher or like
He's not a
anything, and
villain.
then like they
He's
bring
not a
him.
villain. He's
I
just
know,
a
but they
dick.
paint him out to be like the villain or dick in one of the movies, like an
No.
antagonist kind of a thing, like just
necessarily.
not a great dude.
He's just a comic
then,
relief
like,
character.
And then they bring him up again in like a book, and you think that you're gonna like get something out of him finally, and then like nothing.
He's fun to watch on the screen for me.
He's fun to fucking clap these cheeks.
Okay. where you putting him?
Continuing on anyway.
I think he's high
getting
D. He was a
tired of
main
having
character in a
logic.
book.
I'm running on 2 hours of sleep. Maybe that's why I've been able to not speak English tonight.
I'm putting him bottom of C because I
Right.
like him more than anybody else in C.
So
It
I have a.
I just put him with the other Potter. I think Lily and James, you needed more of them. Like we got some cool backstory, but yeah.
Woo!
Lucius.
Lucius.
What a
Lucius.
bitchy villain.
I love him.
B tier.
I think he's
Another
C for me.
another one of those guys with just he's got the presence.
What, the presence of fucking shitting his pants every time Voldemort walks into a room? Like, he becomes interesting to, like, bitch boy.
Yeah.
Just
fair enough.
semi-interesting, so, you know.
Oh
he gets-
no, yeah, no. By the time the Death Eaters, he's definitely a bitch. But still, the first few movies are.
Yeah, I mean,
is,
he's sort of top C for me.
he's bottom B for me.
He's the bottom bitch.
Yeah, he's bottom bitch for me. What about you, honey?
Like, fuck it, if Lockhart is C.
I'd give Lucius like a above Hedwig range of C, like a high C, low
Yeah,
B.
High
So
C
he's
is-
top of C.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then, oh, she's saying the other person we have, and I don't know, is the other Caro, so then Poopy, right? Caros or Poopy?
Arthur Weasley,
Arthur
Arthur Weasley.
Weasley.
Daddy
That's-
Weasley.
Arthur Weasley's a fucking G.
That's a bottom of B for me too, probably.
I think it's like high
You
B.
guys make me sick.
He's like high B, low A.
Arthur Weasley cannot be above McGonagall. Sorry.
My girl. That's why he's
That
bottom.
was
What,
of
is
B.
it
not
because
an
Arthur Weasley
intentional
gets so much more
enunciation
page time?
that Just...
No, I.
Jesse, can you back me up on this,
The
buddy?
Weasley parents are fucking
Jesse?
G's.
Jesse?
They're bussin'.
Jesse,
We get our
please?
entire frame of reference for how wizards see muggles through Arthur Weasley. He's our entire sort of framework to how they are understood.
I do love his quote in the beginning of the series, and he's asking Harry, "What is the function of a rubber duck?" And I just
Yeah,
think
he has
that's
a whole
such
bunch of
funny
those.
quote because there literally is
His life
no
goal is to
function.
find out about a plane, like how they work.
Yeah, like there's no function of a rubber duck. It's just to fucking float in the bathtub while you're sitting in it, you know, like
High B,
Um,
low A. That's
Honey.
that's my Arthur Weasley.
I'm not mad at it. I just think like McGonagall is such more of like a like
Why are we still on
Like-
McGonagall?
Like a
It's just
shitty
like
Weasley.
Arthur Weasley.
I agree.
Like Arthur Weasley like gives you like Muggle insight, but like I just feel like you when you're wrong. Like
Fair enough,
McGonagall, like I don't know. Like Arthur has good insight onto Muggle world stuff and perspective, but McGonagall has had such like a big impact on like Harry and his life and doings at Hogwarts.
Fuck Harry.
I feel like
How about that?
Arthur Weasley has
I'm gonna
as well.
vomit.
Arthur Weasley. The Weasleys are better than McGonagall. That's just how it is.
I fucking hate it here. I fucking
Can you just give me a rank?
put wherever you want. My
No,
rank
the,
won't
the
change it.
you're saying too much and arguing too much before you're even saying your rank. We need your rank. What is your heart telling you?
Wait, I'm
You have an-
realizing
you
we
have an
put
opinion here. You're just addicted.
we put we put Mrs. Norris saying it was Crookshanks. Put Mrs. Norris next to Filch, please.
Oh yeah. You're right.
You got to
you're
put
right,
it next
you're
to Filch for lore
Yeah,
reasons.
yeah,
it's
yeah,
up.
no, yeah.
Yes. Okay, thank you.
right. Oh,
'Cause,
that's
yeah, I
that's
see
good.
Crookshanks.
Okay, yeah. No, you're right. You're right. You're right.
Yeah, slap
honey.
Crookshanks
Honey, can
in
you
between
please-
Angelina Johnson and Mundungus.
Honey, please. Finish your thought
I'm
about.
upset. C. I don't care.
Okay. Oh, exactly. Just fucking. Nobody cares if you're like, what you rank it. Just fucking say it. C tier.
Is that
You're
young
C
Snape?
tier. I have no clue who that is.
No.
Like, what am I looking at there?
That looks like
I see
Carl
a-
from Walking Dead,
I think that's. I think that's.
but
Jesse
older.
can maybe correct me. I think that's maybe supposed to be Albus or
Albusy?
James. I could be wrong, but I think it's supposed to be Albus or James.
But can we finally get to the main character? Just
Which
put him in I don't know
why
for
we were
now,
supposed to
and then
be
get to the main
ranking-
character.
I know. I don't know why we would be ranking Albus or James because we see it's young Weasley. We see them for like 2 seconds in the book and movies at the end. So
Hey.
Miss Weasley.
You know, high A.
Wow. I would say
Giving her
B.
S.
I would say B. She's
Giving
better
her
than.
S.
You got
Really?
high
Okay, so
A.
she goes.
Molly
an A.
Weasley is S. She kills Bellatrix Lestrange.
So she goes top of A.
Respect. Yes.
Not above
Yes.
Sirius.
Above Sirius,
No,
for
that's
sure.
what
Not
you
above
both. You
Sirius.
both said S.
I mean, she avenged Sirius's death. She did say bitch in the book.
That
She
she
did
did.
say bitch in the book.
Okay, I like Sirius more, so we'll put
Sirius. They're both hot.
All
They're
right.
both nice.
I don't know who this
Sirius
is.
goes below Lupin.
I don't know who this is.
Terry Potter? Terry Twatter?
Come again?
In the books,
B?
in the movies, he's really bland. In the books, we get some more into him. So I
would
think
hope.
he's A.
I can't put him any lower than A. But I think he is just a protagonist.
Yeah,
In
I'd
the
put him at
movies.
A.
He's just a
Yeah,
protagonist.
he's A.
All right.
I
Neville-
like some
Neville
supporting
is
characters
S.
better.
We'll put him next to
Yeah,
Ginny.
it only makes sense.
Let's
Neville is
just go.
S.
Oh my
Neville for me.
long babussy.
Neville is S.
Long babussy, honey. Not long bussy, long
Just
babussy.
Long babussy.
Book
He's-
Neville is amazing.
He's B for
Just
the
the tie-in
movies.
with like Bellatrix and
I
Neville.
like memes. He's
His
a B
fucking
for me.
his
Um,
backstory
his family, his backstory, the fact
and
that
his
like
fucking
the
arc.
fact that Harry Potter, like Neville could have been Harry Potter and Harry Potter could have been Neville.
Neville could
fact-
have been the chosen one.
That the prophecy literally was so loose fitting that like it could have been Neville.
Yes.
It's
Book
all
Neville
just so
is S.
shocking. The fact that Neville kills Nagini and that scene in the movies is just really good and really cool.
Yep.
Even in the
Um,
books.
It's cool in the books too. It's just like he's good.
I like my memes, so he's top of B for me. What do you say, honey?
Oh, I said S.
Okay, so he's A.
Yeah, which is I guess, yeah.
Nymph.
Nymphy Tonks.
Osha from Game of Thrones should be much higher. If she
I
was
mean,
Osha.
she's like Mad Eye. Like I wish
would
I had
put
more of her low B. Like
her- yeah.
She's not as good as fucking Mr. Weasley or Lucius, so I have to put her C.
yeah, I would agree. Mr.
I'm gonna
Weasley
put
is better than her.
Nymphy, yeah, like mid C, so somewhere behind
Mrs.
Barty Crouch Jr.
Yeah, the issue is that Mr. Weasley just deserves to be high
No,
B.
I know. I shouldn't even be looking because I know I'm not supposed to compare her, but for me, she is a C regardless.
Would just fucking DM.
Oliver Wood. I like his book character in the first few, like when he's around.
Yeah, he's just the
fun.
Gryffindor fucking.
He's just like an
He
aggressive.
deserves
like,
to be in the Cedric. Right next to Cedric.
He's next to Cedric above Sprout. And that's final.
Above Sprout is fucking slanders.
They just look similar in the picture.
This next one feels like Pansy to me.
You think that's just one of the random Hufflepuff fuckers that go to Harry's classes? Maybe. I mean, you're probably right.
Just fucking. This chick looks angry, so poopier.
Oh, that's Pansy Parkinson.
That's what I was saying. This looks like a Pansy.
That's Pansy Parkinson. Who's that other bitch?
I don't
What
know.
the
She looks
fuck?
angry, just poopier.
Yeah, that's definitely Pansy.
Okay, and then
Fucking
Wormy.
worm.
So Max,
boy.
is this when we talk about Wormtail?
Just him fucking. His death is him strangling himself.
Well,
Like,
so
holy shit.
Voldemort,
Like his hand picked.
like,
you know.
like Voldemort knew that Wormtail had some fucking like
He showed mercy to Harry, so then his hand
merciness,
turned against him and started
wimpiness.
strangling himself.
Yeah, like Voldemort thought of that, and when he gave him a hand, probably created it under the circumstances of, if you betray me, this hand will turn on you. And so that's what happened to Wormtail, and that's fucking, yeah.
Dated both Cho and Ginny. Well, Ginny dated fucking everybody.
Mm.
Ginny gets around.
Ginny got around. All right, so
It looks like
where's Rat Boy
fucking
going?
what like Albus or James looks like almost when they grow up.
Where's Scabbers going?
C.
Gabby's.
He's very C.
C for me too.
Mm,
He's a nasty little boy, and I like it. I like him as a villain.
yeah, I guess a C. I'd put him below. Yeah.
It's a cool moment in Prisoner.
Yeah, I guess.
And then honestly, one of the best villains in the books is this next one.
She had a lot of pivotal moments. She's an animagus. We don't know about it until halfway through the series. She can.
I want to say she's sort of
transform.
highish C for me, like high mid C.
Why are
Did you
there
just make
two
a copy?
Zenos? No, there's been
There
two
just
Zenos.
was,
He's sexy. That's why.
and two of the twins.
I
Yeah.
would put
Yeah, but the two twins make sense.
Padma.
Yeah, but it's the same person.
True.
I'd give her like a C. Also, I don't know, like a.
Yeah, I
She's
have
just
no
a fucking
opinion.
goon.
I'd give her
I have
like a
no
B or a
opinion.
C. I don't know. She's cool. She's frustrating when you're reading and watching, and
Yeah, a great villain.
It's just she does her job of being a villain.
Run.
Ron.
A.
Ron's better than Harry.
Ron has a
In
lot
my
of
opinion.
flaws and faults, and he's very frustrating to watch. And I think that's what makes him good. Obviously,
It's better than Harry for me. He's an A tier
Mm,
character.
I'm not opposed to that, but I think Jenny should just be above, you know. Yeah, no, I mean A. I don't think he's good enough to get S, but he's
Does Janie though?
It's like high B, low A.
So he's So he's A.
Ron's mid. He's got a lot of flaws, but I
he's
don't
cock
know.
blocking.
He does that a bit in the books.
Seamus.
D. Yes, D. I. D.
Seamus
Fuck
Stinky Poopy.
Seamus. No, he should be poopy. He's fucking
Seamus
Seamus.
Finnegan.
Whoa,
Oh no,
whoa,
I was just saying
whoa.
poopy like stink. I
Because
wasn't.
he's an ass. Yeah,
there was
he's
a
relevant.
poopy.
He's one of
Right.
the only relevant, relatively characters
He's
that,
D for
that
sure.
belong to
I
the
would
book.
high
Come on.
D him.
You're a stinky boy for that. He's so annoying in the movies.
Seamus. He is kind of relevant because he's the first student that like mentions that his parents are like afraid of like Harry Potter and what's happening and don't really believe it. And that's like infuriating, but it's kind of relevant to the story, you know, kind of starting the whole Voldemort rebellion.
Severus
Severus.
should, like, I've told this to Jenny, but Severus holds such a grudge in a book that it rubs me wrong.
Hmm.
He is so, but it's like I don't know if it's enough to make it high A or low S.
It's S for me, so. And I think he deserves to be above Hermione. But if you're low A, then he goes under Dumbledore.
Well, no, I don't think anybody's low A. It's
Or, I mean,
high
high
A
A,
or
I'm
low
saying.
S.
Yeah, so then he probably goes like right here.
It just how much
The
of a
amount of
grudge he
tears-
held in the book.
Jesse, the amount I was sobbing this morning in my bed reading about Sirius's or in Severus fart.
Severus, you got it.
I'm on 2 hours of sleep because of this. So many.
Hermione
tears
should
this
just
through.
go downwards, like low S.
Severus, man. I was
Yeah, I
like,
thought about that.
I was
Yeah, for
held
sure.
on the edge of my seat waiting for the Severus always scene. I wasn't sure when I was gonna get it.
How weren't you sure?
Because I just you know, with books and movies, sometimes, as you said, things are just spread out differently, and I know that you know you get that information once he's dead. I don't know.
It's another fucking dog. It's all
Where?
the squad of animals.
That's
this big
Fang, is it
fucking
not?
dog.
Yeah, it's Fang, and he
Yeah.
deserves to be in D.
I thought Fang was gonna die in Half-Blood Prince when Snape sets Hagrid's house on fire and he's like barking in the hut. It was just a stressful time.
And of course, the last four most pivotal characters. in
That's
Harry
Igor
Potter.
Kakarov.
Yeah, that's Kakarov. He's D.
Yeah, he's
The
like a
and
bitch.
these are the
He
three
runs
main
away in
characters.
Goblet of Fire.
Well,
and we
I
never see
got
him
we
again.
us book readers have things to say about Percy. We'll get to him.
This is the
But
main
So
series.
much that's
Is
not.
that the girl that got
Well.
tortured? Like Draco gave him the fucking thingy that was meant to go to Dumbledore, and then she got all possessed.
The necklace? Katie Bell?
Yeah, is that her?
Probably. Put Nagini with her
Hey.
friend.
Yeah, it wants all the animals to go together. I would
Oh.
presume.
Yeah, but Nagini has. I understand Janie's.
Like
Stance about
Nagini can't be
Nagini.
below Angelina Johnson. Like I'm
Oh,
sorry.
Nagina
who
has
cares?
Like
the most.
Nagini is a Horcrux. Like
I mean, to be
used
fair,
a
Angelina Johnson
living
should be under the animals.
fox. Probably. Yeah, I guess you're right.
Okay, let's do the chick first. She just tried to give Harry the love potion. Who the fuck cares? Poopy
Oh,
her.
Romelda
Poopy.
Vane.
She's poopy. She
Romelda
fucking
Vane.
fucked up Ron
It's funny
because of
though
that.
because she's mentioned like in Goblet of Fire, I think, or something, and that all of that happens in Order of the Phoenix, I think. So it's just kind of funny. But
What? That
anyway,
JK finally put some thought into the. Okay, and then we got
anyway,
fucking
we've got
Percy.
Percy.
I don't know what the fuck to do with Percy. He's a
Man.
fucking tard.
Was such a hot wreck in this series. So Sherrick, it's not shown in the movie at all, really, but
What's our favorite
Percy-
Lannister character when we were doing our least favorite characters? Or the worst?
Lancel
He's the
Lancel.
Lancelot.
So no, but we like Lancel, like the breastplate.
No,
especially,
we
that's funny.
don't like Lancel.
But yeah,
at
but
all.
Like
but
Lancel's
Lancel's like
because
funny
he's
to
so
watch
dumb.
and like laugh about. And I guess
Yeah.
like similar with Percy, but like not really. It's not like a laughing matter because it's just like frustrating and he's like shitting all over the Weasleys and like abandoning them. And like Molly is literally heartbroken and he's like not showing up for Christmas and he's like choosing the ministry over his family and all this stuff. But he obviously ends up coming around in the end.
I mean, I want to say he's like maybe the lowest C, you know, just because he had
I'd
some
put him
character
above-
development.
Yeah, I'd put him like around like Zeno, around like low C.
Yeah,
Okay.
and then look at this wrong list that we made because we have to do it by democracy. Look at just all this incorrect bullshit.
I'm glad there's not a lot of S's. I don't think there should ever be a lot of S's.
No, I agree. I believe in bell curve, and I think we relatively achieved it.
A lot of D's, which I mean, if you have this many characters of any series, there's going to be D.
And a lot of
characters.
range in like personality and race.
I would argue that Game
so
of
to
Thrones
say,
has
like-
significantly less D characters, but
Well, you haven't read the books.
yeah, that's true. And we'll do that next time we go live, maybe, because I have thoughts.
What, you're gonna
McGonagall's
read
thing
all
is-
the books? Yeah, I mean this list is just
No, but I
awful
could
because
still
it's by
rank Game of
democracy.
Thrones.
I believe in
I could-
dictatorships. That's
Well,
that's
let's
all
look at
this
the
proves is
community
that
rank before we go
dictatorships are
offline.
better.
Let's
all
do
this proves is
let's
that
look at the community
dictatorships are good.
rank. Let's look at community rank, and then we'll rank the movies, and we'll get out of here. Real quick. All right, let's look at community rank. A lot of S tiers, of course. Hermione, Sirius, McGonagall is a community S tier, so there you go. You happy, Jesse? Lupin, Luna, Harry.
Wait,
Weasley
what? Is
twin-
this just like the community rankings?
Yes, community rank.
Hermione, Sirius,
Why is
McGonagall,
Creature in D?
Lupin, Luna.
Creatures and D. This is
I-
all
Probably because
wrong.
most of these people haven't read the books. I would assume. So, I mean-
Buckbeak B tier. I could see.
Yeah, I
Buckbeak
mean,
and
these are-
Fawkes,
these are
though.
No,
just
people
I-
just
furries.
like animals,
Yeah,
and
these are
I
just
don't care for
furries.
animals.
Yeah, they're just furries.
Yeah, but I also like Fox brought Harry the Sword of Gryffindor in
Yeah,
the
no,
Chamber
Fox
of
is
Secrets.
the best animal.
The fox
Put him in D.
crying once Dumbledore died, like and disappearing. The fact that Dumbledore's Patronus is a phoenix. The fact that phoenix tears can heal like any wounds. Like it's just very symbolic, and I like that.
I find it okay.
Buckbeak
So
is a little dumb, but
some things that are kind of throwing me off guard here. Dumbledore and Severus are both A in the community rank, which is a little shocking to me. And it's shocking to me that McGonagall is S tier.
Don't worry,
over
Hedwig is
Dumbledore.
A.
Over Dumbledore and Snape, based on the community, that seems crazy to me. But
Why is Malfoy's mom in B tier?
Why?
why?
why
Why
is Lily Potter in B tier?
Because she fucking
I really like
sacrificed
that
herself with her
flashback scene.
love for Harry.
And
Yeah.
Oliver Wood is in the proper suit. Like some of these are so bad.
I mean,
Dudley
I'm
is
not
in
agreeing with
D.
all of it. Dude,
Dudley is
Dudley
in
needs to be
D
an
under
S tier.
under
I'm fucking
Dudley's under
sorry.
Colin.
Fucking Duddykins.
Yeah. This twin is D. This twin is E. F tier is pretty much aligned with it's a bunch of people who don't know who these characters are.
Yeah, we get.
Nothing else that's really sticking out to me here.
Her love is the most
Judge,
powerful
I think
force
you mean
known to
her
wizards. It's so dumb.
I think you mean her vag.
Yeah.
Her strange
Alright,
is
well
the most
that
powerful force known to wizards.
let's rank what I know. Let's rank the movies real quick before we get out of here.
I'm so biased. It's not even. I don't even know.
Fair enough. Sorcerer's Stone.
Um,
And I don't have an F because I don't think any of these movies are F tier.
Phantom Menace S tier.
Shut the fuck up. We're not. We'll talk about that. Stop it. Phantom Menace sucks. Sorcerer's Stone.
Sorcerer's Stone. I'm gonna give it an A.
I'm gonna give it a C. It's charming, but I've seen it too many times. I don't need I can't put myself in that in that dreamscape of the first time I watched it, like getting introduced to the world. It's cool, it's charming and stuff, but like I can't put myself in that perspective
Yeah,
anymore.
I mean,
after
Jar
you know.
Jar is S.
Join us for our Star Wars
Please,
after we
yes.
watch episode 8 and 9.
We gotta send him the.
that means we have to watch episode 8 and 9 of Star Wars.
Jesse, watch
Green.
9 before we go live next, and then
Guys, can we watch
come
Obi-Wan?
and then join
young
us.
Obi-Wan
No,
is so
we
hot.
don't need to do that. We could just
Ugh.
watch 8 and 9 for now.
Anyway,
We're not. Sorcerer's
so
Stone.
I'm putting Sorcerer's Stone at like a. It's B.
Okay.
Then it goes B.
And it goes in B. All right, Chamber of Secrets.
A.
Jesse's
Yeah.
favorite movie, where he got his love for snakes.
Is it?
Yeah,
Yeah,
no
Jesse has told
spoilers.
me his fear of snakes probably came from Chamber of Secrets.
Really?
sense.
Chamber of
Okay.
Secrets, I'd probably put an A.
What
would put
like
it in
scared
C.
you about it? Like as a kid, like just like the snakes in the school, like the
Because Jesse's a little bitch,
snake?
probably.
like
I
I'm
think
just
that's the best way to label it.
like the basilisk, like this, like the fear that there was a snake, like a giant snake in the school.
I think
Because
it was
it's not even- it's not
probably the
even a
humongous
It's a
basilisk.
basilisk, which
Yeah, I think it
Hmm.
might be the humongous snake that made him scared when he was a child, if I had to take a guess.
I mean, I don't.
It's fine.
I mean, I remember being slightly scared of the like really shitty looking hooded cloaked Voldemort in the Forbidden Forest in Sorcerer's Stone when I was like, you know, in 5th grade. I was like, haha, it's like slightly scary.
I'm sad we're giving Jesse the time of day. I want to hear your movie rankings.
Shut the fuck
Yeah,
up
come
about
on.
snake sighting.
Yeah, come on. Chamber of Secrets, honey. I
I
give it a C.
said,
You did not.
I said A. I said
Yeah.
A like 5 minutes ago, you cunt.
Neither of
you?
us heard you.
I
Yeah.
said A.
I
before I
said
went
C,
into
so
this.
it goes top of B.
S.
Oh, so you're mad about us talking about snakes when you're trying to sleep and not me just continuously bringing the mic really close to my mouth?
This is S. Third
Prisoner of
movie is S.
Azkaban.
Is S.
Prisoner of Azkaban is it's a B tier for me.
It'd be an S.
Please give me 45 seconds, a moment of
Yeah.
silence.
No, yeah, okay, for sure. Do you want to talk about Prisoner of Azkaban while you?
Are you being mean?
What?
being
No, I'm,
mean.
I'm talking to Max.
Oh.
I'm saying, do you want to?
Yeah,
Does
but I was
somebody
saying,
want to
like, moment of
filter?
silence. Like I need a second.
Prisoner
Well,
of Azkaban
You
is
can't
just,
just have dead air. Sorry.
as Jamie
We
said,
can.
it was the
What
turning
does
point
Jesse
in
do?
movies when, the tonal shift got more mature.
Yeah.
And I would
That's for
say
sure.
the plot twist in that movie is a great time. Just all the confusion. Who's good? Who's bad? Why is everybody turning into animals? Holy shit,
Yeah.
we're going back in time.
Oh, it's good. I would give
It
it a
blew my little child mind wide open.
fair enough. I would just give it a B, but that's probably just because I don't like Harry Potter movies as much.
Fucking Max, or however old he was, fucking couldn't understand what was going on, and he loved it.
Yeah. I'd say it's definitely top of B though. I like it more than Chamber and Sorcerer's Stone, obviously. Well, I would say this is the
I'm really
consensus
close
favorite.
between A and S. I'm sorry, I'm just struggling.
And you want to put it in an S? Come on.
I would
do
say
what must
this
be
is the consensus favorite though for sure. Because
Well, if I put it in S, it's still going in A, isn't it? Because Sherrick put B.
no, if two people have it in S, then it goes in S.
Mm.
But don't rank
Just-
it off
well,
that.
I know it's
Unless
just,
I
like,
gave it a
I
C.
really like that movie, and I'm
you know.
fond. I'm so fond of Sirius, but like the mass majority of like people who, whether they're actual like pretty significant fans of Harry Potter or not, like it's just kind of the general public's like, oh, that's the best Harry Potter movie. Like that's my favorite, and like if that's my favorite too, I'm not gonna like doubt it. It's just there's other objectively good Harry Potter movies, and those can also be S. I'm just thinking, that's all.
That's the
Think
issue.
faster.
You're so mean.
I know.
Please,
it's fine.
just let us
We'll
rank
just
these
put it in
movies.
S, whatever.
Good action. Okay, Goblet of
Wait,
Fire S.
Which one? Wait, which movie
That was-
poster is Azkaban?
It's Prisoner of Azkaban. The
Trying to find. Oh, it's this one.
that's
It is.
Goblet
okay,
of Fire S. Once again,
Goblet
little child
from-
Max was so happy watching this dumb things happen.
Goblet for me is A.
Um,
And I'm not ranking these among each other. I'm ranking these like just.
Yeah, I was
Oh,
gonna
as
say A or
movies?
B.
Yeah.
Oh,
Well, I mean,
then
okay.
I've been
If you want
doing
to
this
rank.
all wrong.
No, well then I mean that's fair. But you, to be fair, probably like the.
Wait, were you
Eh.
saying that so like Chamber of Secrets was Jesse's favorite movie sarcastically because he's afraid of snakes, or like is it actually his?
No, I think he probably hates it.
Oh,
Goblet of Fire. A.
strongest S.
So
And that's the
SAA.
second one that a lot of people say is their all-time
Yeah.
favorite, and it's one of the longest movies, and it's a good one. It's just there's certain points where I'm like, it's a little slow, or like, I've seen it this many times, the thrill of it
Yeah.
or the anxiety. I'm like,
Fair enough. So
I
it's
don't know.
A.
But it's like a well-paced, carried movie. It's just it loses a little bit of that luster after a while. But you are introduced to Mad Eye and the Barty Crouch thing, and that's all very good and fun and discombobulating as well.
I gotta say this is looking like a pretty normie list so far.
It is. Next,
Order of the Phoenix.
B.
A.
C,
Okay, it
D.
goes in B.
D, D, D. Wait,
Okay, so it's bottom of
CD.
B. Okay, so it's bottom
So-
of B regardless.
yeah.
Damn, that's fucked. I like
I
it more than
listen.
Prison
I
Azkaban.
love that book, and I have
It's
a little bit
crazy.
more respect for the movie after reading the book. Haven't watched it since, but in hindsight, more so. But that's the only Harry Potter movie I've fucking fallen asleep watching multiple times, and that just like says something to me. Like it's just like the pacing of it, like. Order of the Phoenix is a great book, and like I thought Cho was just so abrupt, and then like it would just it wasn't super abrupt in the book, and like nothing was as like turn off, I guess. And I just, but it's such like a poorly paced movie, but I get it because it's the biggest book I think, or one of the.
It is the biggest.
It's I think it's the biggest, which is just weird because it's like in the middle. It's just like a big hump. Yeah, I don't know.
Half-Blood Prince.
Love the
Except-
sadistic torturing of Umbridge in that one, though. That's one thing I do like about it. As I've
Half-Blood Prince. I
S.
maybe put. I
S.
A.
I think I'm leaning C.
Top of B it goes.
That's wrong. That's wrong. That's
I
wrong.
I
that's
I told you I am
wrong.
so biased on the movies. This was
Wrong,
this
that's
was my
wrong, that's
preamble
wrong, that's
coming
wrong,
into it.
Yeah.
that's wrong,
Yeah.
that's
I care about the first four. The next ones can go fuck themselves.
wrong.
all I care.
This is wrong. This is
Just
wrong.
thought that.
Deathly Hallows Part 1, D.
Deathly Hallows Part 1, D. It's
D.
the worst movie.
Deathly Hallows Part 1, put it in fucking D.
I'd give it like a
My
yeah. I
balls.
mean, it's like a D or a C. Like it's not good, obviously. There's like very good cinematic
It's
high
necessary.
budget. There's very good cinematic high budget moments within it though. There's them breaking into the ministry. There's what is it? At the very end when Voldemort is breaking into Dumbledore's tomb and he strikes the wand up in the sky with the Elder Wand, like that's all very good cinematically. So it's like C. Like it's still like it's painfully paced, but it's like a movie.
The problem is that it's necessary to make the Part 2 do anything.
Yeah.
But it's literally just half of the book.
No,
It's all
I
built up.
remember
There's
remember
not
seeing
much.
Part 1 in theaters and being like, "Fuck." I was like 10 years old and I was still like, Jesus.
And
what
you're
did I
probably
just
waiting for
watch?"
so many years.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
was like, what did I just watch? And I remember my dad after the end of the movie being like, "Is that it?" I'm like, "No, it's not. We just have to wait another year." It's just like Attack on Titan.
I really like the scene
really
though.
shitty
I don't
show.
know. I think it's in part 1. I think.
Really shitty. Max? Come
Um
on.
and it's
Okay,
when
sorry. Shitty show.
Oh, okay.
Sorry, continue. We had a-
It's just one of the fonder moments, besides, as I said, Voldemort violating Dumbledore's tomb at the end, which
Yeah,
is
no,
just
that's good.
obviously the highlight of the movie. But when Ron has left Hermione and Harry and they're in the Forest of Dean, there's this one scene where they're in the tent and Harry and Hermione just kind of have this scene and they have like a slow dancing moment just like in the tent. And I just like that scene. I don't know. It's just kind of like they're just trying to fucking
I
have a
appreciate
little
it.
bit of joy.
That being said, it's a nice D.
But it's a very
Nice.
slow movie. And then like Fleur is having a wedding for whatever reason. But the Dobby death, oh man, I cry every time.
It's a good
still.
moment.
So
great
I
moment.
mean, there's
Great
so
moment.
many pivotal moments and things. That's a good question, Jesse. And Percy Jackson did spike my interest a lot in the middle school era of
I've
our
been
lives.
talking about it to her though.
I think that I do think that will be in the near
Yeah,
future.
Jesse, I'm
possibly.
way ahead of you on Percy Jackson.
might
I'm already laying the groundwork.
Finish before I die though, because there's all of the tail.
Well, there's the whole
and the
series, but
and
if she
the-
just wants to do the 5 original, but yeah, and then
Deathly Hallows Part 2.
C.
C.
2, 3. Can't read. I haven't read any manga. I haven't read manga yet. That's
We're
just-
gonna
they're
read. We're
opposed to
gonna read our.
audiobooks, too.
We're gonna read our manga. Come on.
Jesse, they refuse to even try audiobooks.
I'm,
They're so
not
fixed in their
That's not
ways.
true.
opposed to it. It's just listen,
I
Max.
listen to audiobooks.
Max, if you were inside of my skull,
Jesse,
like,
it's all free on YouTube. Don't use your credits.
you would understand.
All right.
No,
Deathly Hallows Part 2.
If
Honey.
you knew how my, you would get it.
see.
You
See
can't
from
hear
me
other
too.
people's voices.
Honey.
Not schizophrenic.
Deathly Hallows Part 2. Honey. All right.
See,
That's all, folks.
A clean C for everyone. Damn.
is that what you
I
guys
mean,
said? See,
Yeah, the last 20 minutes, 30 minutes, it's pretty great.
I'd say like a C or a B. Like it's not bad, but yeah, I mean it's.
For an Endgame-esque movie. It's whatever.
Jesse,
Jesse
just
with the
don't give in.
zingers.
No, don't give in, Jesse. Just do what I do. Just turn your phone upside down. Just let it be. It's gonna heat up wherever you're at, but that's fine.
All right, let's look at these community rankings since we gave 4 Bs. I got a feeling I know it's gonna be S. Yeah. S is Prisoner of Azkaban.
POA.
Part 2.
A is Deathly Hallows Part 2. That's retarded.
Mhm.
Sorcerer's Stone.
B is Sorcerer's Stone, which is very, very dumb. These are have these people watched the movies, or are they just like picking the safest options ever? Just like above Goblet of Fire,
Great
And-
bell curve.
like Sorcerer's Stone over a Goblet of Fire. Like who says these things? I don't understand. And then D tier, Deathly Hallows Part 1, Order of the Phoenix, and Chamber of Secrets.
It doubles as a stovetop.
But come on. This is awful.
It's only efficient.
Jesse
Yeah.
with the zingers tonight.
Yeah, this is.
Ooh, someone get
This
this,
makes
man
sense.
into the Discord server. Whew.
Anyways, next time we go live, we might be talking about some Star Wars. Might be
fucking
talking
I'm
about
kill
some,
me.
Vomit everywhere.
or just if
onto
we watch
Max's
if we watch a
face.
movie, maybe if we start Full Metal Alchemist, we could talk about it here. I don't know. We'll see.
Can we talk
Hey.
about Attack on Titan and I can fucking shit vomit all over it?
No,
Hey,
because you haven't
Sherrick,
seen
how
it.
about you finish any of my book recommendations?
haven't
Then Jesse and I
seen
can talk to you about it.
You know what? There will be a time and place for
pussy.
everything, but I hope anybody who
Yeah.
joined had a good time. This should be up. The full stream should be up on YouTube after this.
That's
So.
sad. Oh my god, it's like exactly 3 hours long.
Yeah, it's like I was wondering if we could stop at exactly 3 hours, but then I was like, I gotta give my outro. But yeah, have a good night, guys. We got an episode coming out on Wednesday over on Spotify. So if you see this on the YouTube or the Twitch or the Facebook,
On the YouTube. God,
Oh yeah,
you're
this is
such
a
an
wrestling
old
thing
man.
you guys do. You're fucking
Yeah.
lame.
but with this is
You
why
guys
we
like WWE.
we
Yeah,
go live.
Jess, if
We
you
go
know anyone
live to
that
do the
likes
dumb shit.
wrestling, send them on over.
Yeah, and we go. Well, eventually, we'll be making the Patreon pretty soon, so we can talk about like anime and more succinct, like 20-30 minute episodes and stuff like that. Movie
Absolute
reviews,
waste of time, anime.
things like that.
Don't watch.
All right.
Don't listen. Don't pay them any money on Patreon.
Yeah.
Don't
All right, have a
give
good
them
night, guys.
anything.